How's it going? We have a great show for you today. The incredible geniuses from Pardon My Take sat down in the studio with us to provide some really magical things. It is March 1st. Is that correct, Nick?
Yeah.
28 days yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Today's March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
In like a lion, out like a lamb. Let's enjoy the hell out of St. Patrick's Day. Let's have an incredible Thursday today. This is the Thursday you've been dreaming of, and the conversation we have with Big Cat and PFT is one that is just complete nonsense for a long time. You're going to enjoy it a lot. It is a beautiful thing with great brains, and I'm so happy that we've picked up a new sponsor.
New sponsor alert!
This company sent their product to this office, and everybody in here except for me got to use it. It was a beautiful thing. Everybody's life instantly got better. It was something that just made the everyday life better. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ridge is a minimalist front pocket wallet that helps you reevaluate your everyday carry. Launched by a father-son team and funded on Kickstarter in 2013 to the tune of $266,000. Wow. The Ridge now resides in the pockets of over 250,000 men and women. The RFID blocking wallet is made by two metal plates, either a titanium, carbon fiber, or aluminum, bound together by a durable elastic band. You guys were talking in the office about how much you love this wallet, right?
I love a front pocket wallet.
You guys, me too. I'm actually in the market looking for a new one, and I think this is going to be the company I have to use because everybody in this office has said it has made their everyday carry better. And now that we're talking about over 250,000 men and women also enjoying this, This is something you got to think about.
Side benefit, I was in a shootout, got shot in my upper thigh, hit the fucking titanium wallet, didn't penetrate.
Get a carbon fiber one, you're instantly faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very durable.
Very.
The Ridge is a minimal front pocket wallet that you need to use immediately. It's a beautiful thing. It's quick. It's small. It's sleek. It's meant for every single occasion. And when I say everybody in this office has been using it and loving it, I'm talking about everybody in this office has been talking about how awesome it is. It's in the front pocket. Sean just pulled his out. Everybody has made the change to the Ridge, and it's just a beautiful wallet that I need you to use. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping. Worldwide. Why? By going to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code McAfee. That's RIDGEWALLET.com, promo code McAfee, MCAFEE. Ditch your bulky wallet today and get the Ridge at ridgewallet.com. Use promo code McAfee. You are going to love it. I promise you're going to love it. It's a great wallet. It looks good. It feels good. It makes your life better. It's not bulky. It's sleek. It's movable. I can't wait to use it. And when I do, I'm going to get 10% off because I'm going to use promo code McAfee, MCAFEE, at ridgewallet.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to enjoy this convo. This is from earlier today, right here at Barstool Heartland office, Indianapolis, Indiana. The same office that we have to do our Sirius show from every single day because we attempted to do it from another place. And since we're just from a company from Indianapolis and not big enough or important enough, we got some 2-foot-long head cords or headset cords. And we had to sit around a fireplace, and there's nothing. So we had to sprint through a minivan, did a whole Sirius show from a minivan, a whole segment, had to run back to the office here and save the day. But this office is a beautiful one. And Big Cat and PFT joined us in here earlier, and we had a great conversation. I think you're going to love this. Cheers. Joining us in the studio is the #1 sports podcast on earth. At Sean Latham is back in the game. At Tactical Diggs is back. At Nick Moraldo. At Ty Schmidt. At Evan Foxy. At Viva Lazito will be missed today, though, for this podcast. I will figure out a way to work him in more. He did an incredible performance on Tuesday. I respect that. It's Thursday, March 1st, I believe. 28 days in February, PFT.
Well, yeah. Once every 4 years, there are 28 days. Most times it's 29.
Did not know that. That's something I did not know.
The whole leap year thing.
Oh, yeah, because there's some leap year babies that were tweeting me today about it being a terrible day.
That's right. Fun fact, part of my take, technically we've only been on the air for half a year now because we debuted on leap year, on leap day.
Quarter year. I screwed that up.
Yeah, it's once every 4 years.
Yeah,
so it's quarter.
Yeah.
At Barstool Big Cat, at PFT Commenter. Two incredible brains in the whole world of everything. Had a job at ESPN for a night. Then it all crashed and went to shit. ESPN forgot about the best brains that have ever been in that building and just went ahead and got rid of Barstool Van Talk. I think it was bullshit. The whole world hated it.
Yeah.
But I was Middleman Dan is the reason why I'm at Barstool.
You know what's real bullshit? Smitty taking steroids at Rough and Rowdy too.
Absolute dog shit.
That's real bullshit.
I'll tell you what, Big Cat. I appreciate the fact that you're going to go ahead and take that side, that
Well,
stance.
here's a
I
quick.
just
spin-
want to get the convo going.
Quick spin zone. They say everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yep.
So does that mean that you have like 4 times the plan now? You have extra plans because you got punched 4 times in your face?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of plans.
It's actually really easy for me to talk shit about somebody considering that I've like never gotten to a boxing ring
Or
before.
would ever step into that fucking Rough and Rowdy ring, by the way. There is a nightmare potential at any given time in there.
Correct.
That was beautiful, Big Cat.
yeah. It was a great night. I just wish somebody hadn't taken steroids.
Yeah.
I wish Sean had.
That's
I've
what I
just been
wish.
thinking about it on nonstop.
What I wish.
I know Sean has.
Well, all right. What I wish at the beginning was a conversation between Smitty and Sean, which there was a lot of private conversations between the two of those.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah, those two were talking a lot about the whole thing, like setting it, like figuring out,
Does
like
it work?
if they want to do it or not. If they want to do it or not. It was-
And now we might get a trilogy.
there's a potential, from what I've heard.
I'm going rematch. Already, I'm going trilogy.
Well, I just think they both should have said, "Hey, let's just take everything, make this better for everybody," just like baseball should do with steroids. That's the only miss I
Agreed.
think that happened.
Agreed.
Those fucking Rough and Rowdies
So
are
much fun.
incredible.
So much fun.
You've been to a lot of them.
That was only my second. So, but I watched the Tex one. I watched the original Dave one. They're electric.
You've been around Barstool for how many years?
6. I started part-time 2012. So yeah.
You're OG
6.
in the game.
OG in the game. It feels like a million years, but it's only been 6.
Before everybody else wanted to get on the internet, you were already trying to get on the internet.
Yeah. Get early adopters, right?
What did you do before that?
Real estate.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like you drive a nice car and want to show it around?
I drove an Avalon. Ever heard of it?
That's pretty good.
It's
Toyota
nicer
Avalon?
than a Camry.
But a Toyota's
A
commercial.
lot of leg room in that back seat. A lot of leg room.
Fuck
People forget.
Yes, it is.
People forget.
Six disc changer.
It's true.
CDs.
I used to sell Avalons actually.
6
Right, did it have the pool emergency brake or the foot emergency brake?
foot,
Oh.
and you had 6. Count them. 6 different CDs. I had.
Is that how you guys
at
met
one
originally?
time.
Because you sold
I sold
Avalons?
him a car.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sold me a car. Yeah.
Did you make mixes yourself, or were you like a true CD guy? Did
No,
you
I
make
had a nice I think I had No Doubt in there. I had the band. I
She's
had a
married
Fish.
to Blake. No,
Tragic Kingdom.
no
Yes.
doubt.
Are they still together?
I don't know.
Gavin
Is that No
Rossdale?
Doubt?
Gavin Rossdale.
Married Bush.
Yeah, Bush. Glycerine, baby.
No, she's with Blake Shelton.
What?
Yeah.
So Gavin Rossdale and
That's
them
over,
broke
guys.
up? When?
Like,
A couple years ago, when
Yeah.
the voice
Just
happened.
finding out about
When
it.
the
2 years
voice
ago.
happened, they
This
got
is
on a set
heartbreaking.
together.
Why
Yeah,
they started
Love really
cheating on
doesn't
each
exist.
other.
You should get on the internet more.
yeah. You should
Yeah.
think about it.
Probably.
I should learn how to sing.
Yeah.
Maybe pull Gwen Stefani one day.
Well, you don't really
No
need your
doubt.
sing. Glycerine wasn't really singing.
Yeah, it must be your skin. all I have to do is learn how to
Don't
play
let
guitar
the-
in the rain, and then Gwen Stefani will fuck me.
Don't let the days go
Bye.
Glycerine.
If you listen to the lyrics of that song, really speaks to me.
You.
You were a fan, huh?
Well, that was a throwback. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're all around the
Pretty
same
big songs.
age.
It's like 94?
Yeah, like maybe no later than that. It was like middle school. Like that's a slow dance song. You remember the slow dance songs?
I not in middle school. I don't because Nelly was so big. Whenever we were in middle school and in high school,
Country Grammar had come out.
That-
What was your big? Here's the question: what was your big song like freshman year of college? Because you always remember that because it gets played so many times.
Soul
Yeah.
Survivor, Young Jeezy,
Okay.
came out, and that was in our locker room every single day.
Mine was to the windows, to the
He's still
walls,
performing, by the way. We
till
were
the sweat drops off my balls.
To all these bitches crawl.
Oh, skeet, skeet, motherfucker.
Oh, skeet, skeet,
I
goddamn.
probably went to about every single party played that 500 times.
So
Mine
minute-
was Yeah by Usher and Lil Jon.
so
Which
the
one's that? Oh yeah,
I love that song because all the lyrics are just yeah.
Little John
Yeah.
owned an era. And when we went out to the Minnesota, what are they?
T-Wolves.
The T-Wolves game, he performed at halftime all the hits. And when
Oh, that's good.
From the windows to the wall.
Unedited.
So many Caucasian Minnesotans screaming, to all these bitches. Yeah, the whole
From 5
arena.
years
Love
old
it.
to
How can you not
65.
bang to
That's
that?
that's the true universal language. No matter what ethnicity you are, everybody's got sweaty balls, and guess what? Guess what? We all skeet the same color.
Yeah.
From one side to the other.
It's beautiful.
From one side to the other. You're 100% right.
Come together.
PFT, the plan, you worked at SB Nation before coming to Barstool.
Yes.
This is a known fact. I assume I didn't
It
say.
is a known fact, yeah.
What was the plan to become a writer, like journalism writer, or you just got into blogging and just decided you're a genius?
I just got into blogging and one thing led to another. I just kept writing. I got a really shitty job when I first started blogging. I never thought that I would get paid for it, but I got a job at Kissing Susie Colbert, and I was getting paid $25 an article there. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to write as much as I can. And
What is it called?
Kissing Susie Colbert.
Still a thing?
No, they shut it down.
When Namath tried kissing
It was, yeah. It was a part of Uprocks. Remember that on Monday
Let
Night
me
Football?
kiss. Let me
Yeah.
kiss.
Yeah, who cares about the game?
You. Let me
Yeah,
kiss.
Yeah, let me-
Susie looks so pretty tonight. Yeah, so then I
He's
was
a thrower, not a passer.
I was writing like, I don't know, 10, 15 blogs a week there, and then SB Nation came calling. They wanted to pay me a little bit more. And so I just went there and just kept writing. And eventually Big Cat started following me, and I started following him, and we just hung out, drank a couple beers, and stayed in touch.
We fucked in that time period.
Well,
too.
yeah.
You skipped over the best part, the yada yada yada.
We docked.
Who was the alpha?
We docked. So we were both
switch.
alphas.
We switch. Yeah, we
A little
both give each
flip
other
of a coin.
Yeah, exactly.
The way part of my take works is you're both kind of the hosts.
Yeah, we're both alphas.
Yeah, you both are the hosts, and you both just tee off on things.
There's only one ball, but for us,
Just 4 balls.
hey, does Hank have balls?
No,
4 balls.
Hank's young.
Yeah,
Hank is in there,
his
though.
balls haven't dropped.
Hank is in the room, but his balls do not exist, you're saying?
The second Hank's balls drop is the second he leaves the show.
Hank just walked in. Hank just walked in to listen to.
This
us
is a
talking about his
4-ball
balls.
show. This is a 4-ball show. No more balls allowed.
Yeah, no
I can
balls.
understand that.
Yeah,
I can understand
There's a
that.
lot of balls in this room.
A lot of balls.
We're like the Cavs, like when LeBron first got to the league, and Pat's LeBron, and then there was like a shit crew around him.
You could
And
be
we'll
the
probably
Pistons.
The
we'll
best
get blown up
clip-
by the Spurs in the finals.
The best clip ever is when they drafted LeBron and they interviewed all those guys, like Ricky Davis, and I can't remember who else was on that team.
That
They're
was a
like,
great
They won Ricky Davis.
we don't need LeBron. like,
they said we're a
what?
pretty
He's
good
gonna
team.
change everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a pretty good team before we got LeBron. Yeah,
Oh
okay,
yeah, he's gonna change everything, dude. Yes, that's exactly what he's
Zion
gonna do.
Williamson is him. Zion is LeBron.
No.
Yes.
Here's
I
my hot
disagree,
take
too.
on Zion.
Bet's good. Zion is a monster.
I don't think he has the natural spring. I'm gonna say it.
You think he's on
juicing?
juice?
No, I think he's got good hops, but I don't think he's got like that. He like can dunk. Every time I watch Zion, he's dunking on some poor little white guy. I just don't think
That's not his fault, though, because white kids are the only kid he gets
I don't
to play.
think he's got. I don't
play
think
who
he's
you
got.
play.
I don't think he's got the hops that
You don't
everyone
think
thinks
he has
he's got.
the quick
I-
twitch?
I think someone's going to stuff that back into his face.
Well, he's
next
doing
level.
windmill dunks since his freshman year of
Yeah.
high school.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't think that
That's
he
my
has
hot
the
take.
team,
It's a bad
the team aspect of it all, like the way LeBron had to was still dishing even in high school.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the fucking
See?
assist manner, the team play feels LeBron.
I'm
Who
gonna
gives a fuck?
I'm
Neither
gonna
did Kobe. What
I'm
are we
going to
talking
squat on Zion's overrated.
You know what's a fun game to play is go
No,
back
you're gonna
and,
die on
and,
that hill.
and
That's fine.
think about all the different players that people said were going to be LeBron's rival throughout the years. Like for a while, it was Gilbert Arenas. It's like who's going to be the man? Is it going to be
Agent
Gilbert
Zero.
No,
or
it's
LeBron?
It's like the Kobe stopper, Bonzi Wells.
Oh,
Remember that? He's going to be the Kobe stopper. one
Well,
year.
so Gilbert Arenas was on a good run.
Or no,
until
it was
he brought the
Ruben
guns
Patterson.
in, right?
Yeah, he brought the
So
gun.
brought
he had a
the
couple.
guns.
Did he get DUI or something before that though? Like
The gun, though, the
was
gun.
even on the very end.
Gilbert's always been a little bit weird, and it was kind of masked because he played in DC for such a long time, where all they cared about was like how many points he got. It didn't matter that he was shooting the ball like 48 times a game. and
Well, that's
scoring
Kobe's.
30. Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
Kobe thing.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, you guys got a lot of politicians killing people over there, so Gilbert Arenas being weird is not that big of a
Well,
deal.
same thing in Russia, but we didn't crown Andrei Karolinko.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do now is to use advanced stats on old guys.
Oh, they
So
hate
Kobe
that.
was overrated.
Oh, my. We just talked to,
No,
so you
his
guys,
efficiency was not that great.
you guys did his plus minus. His plus minus is
I
not
love
good.
looking at you just using all these stats and being
His-
like, yeah, actually Kobe, not that good.
Kobe's war was pretty bad too.
yeah, not that good.
His usage rate was
Yeah,
just crap.
had
yeah.
to take a lot of shots to score points.
The combine you just did for journalists down here
Yeah.
is hysterical. And Cynthia
Freeland.
Freeland was there.
Yeah.
And we got in a conversation with her, and it was a group conversation that she was talking in. And she used more words that I had no clue what the fuck any
She's
of it
a nerd.
meant. The sports world is turning into an analytics world, which I bet you guys love with the sabermetrics, but I don't understand a word of it. I don't
We're at the
understand.
bleeding edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I understood was she was talking about measuring people's asses, and so she's coming up with a metric. I think she already has the metric of how to measure an offensive lineman's ass, and she said sabermetrically, Andrew Whitworth has
Yeah.
the perfect NFL ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
A big ass goes a long way in sports.
Well, I always just thought it was explosive, but then she broke down to you guys this whole first 10-yard split thing with the ass ratio. She's like basically
You divide the speed by a cheek, and then you figure out what
Throw it in
they're
the paradigm.
the per cheek mile per hour.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I can understand that. But she used the word paradigm 5 times, and I still don't know what the fuck a
See,
paradigm is.
I think that's a show off.
Something to do with the Matrix.
Yeah,
Same
Neo,
paradigm.
right? Neo's in there.
Something to do with time and space.
What's a
and,
paradox?
That's a word that is like that doesn't work, right? It's like a lie.
It's where you park your boats.
There you go. Paradox.
2 of them.
2 of them, yeah.
Rack them.
Got it. Rick Riley, 2.5 boobs there.
let's get back on D.
Pizza Hut is the new pizza of the NFL. I'm a big fan of this move. I love Pizza Hut.
Yes.
I absolutely love Pizza,
Pizza Hut buffet.
So that's what we all
Now,
say.
is this the equivalent of like them, the fucking the Gambino family trying to fucking take down another family, and like
This
Papa
is a-
John
yes.
just got fucking clipped.
No, he didn't. He quit because
He
remember
quit.
he
He
quit.
Clipped himself.
He got pushed out by the other New York family.
No, he took his ball and went home.
Him and Jerry tried to run a little fucking power operation on
Didn't
the
work.
NFL.
Yeah, he was a plant. He was a Jerry Jones plant.
Yeah, he's actually if you want to do the actual like analogy here, Jerry is like Simon Roth and Papa John is Fredo. And they tried to
fucking Papa John is Fredo. in
Yes.
this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Jerry's
And they
the big guy.
Yeah, or maybe Jerry's
I'm
Fredo.
smart. I can
Jerry
do
might be-
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's John. The-
Little podcasting trick for you guys to reach the millennials. Just anything that happens in sports related to a movie that came out 50 years ago.
Good.
we do that all the time here.
Yeah.
Sean, that's one of Sean's moves. Is the only big movies though.
That and not taking steroids.
Yeah, that just being a real natural movie goer, real movie buff.
That gets so
natural movie buff.
At this point, I just bring up steroids to watch Pat's reaction because Pat is just like, stop talking about steroids.
It's because after the fight there was a moment
It was heated.
of real controversy.
Yes.
And I loved the fight that Sean put on. I loved the show. I loved everything about it. And then this controversy drama tried to get spinning, and I'm just like, yeah, it's fucked up that happened. It should have been an agreement. But goddamn, let's not take away from the incredible fight that was.
Well, really what we've taken away from, and I don't think anyone has said it out loud, Sean had the best look. Those boots were
80s.
fire.
Straight out of the 80s.
Fire.
Dude. I didn't see it till he came downstairs. I didn't know those boots were happening until he walked downstairs from
Yeah.
his room. And I got off the commentating. I go back there, and I'm sitting back there by myself. Me and Vito the Torpedo have a full conversation, by the way.
What'd that like?
He just put his phone up on selfie mode, and he put the video to start, and he looks at me and goes, "Tell him, Pat." And I was like, all right, I'm going to cut a promo for Vito the Torpedo before I get knocked out here real quick. So I cut a promo, and then Sean and everybody walks down, and the first thing I noticed was those fucking boots, and I was like, "Cuz."
Sean looked like a tomato can that gets knocked out in 10 seconds by Mike Tyson in like the mid 80s. That's how good he looked.
Yeah, that's one of the millennial references you just
No,
made.
that's how good you looked.
No, because those are on YouTube. So
Yeah.
that's a fun YouTube wormhole
Yeah.
to go down is watch all of Mike Tyson's early bouts. And it's just like some dude. They all have mustaches.
Yeah, they're all just scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all just terrified, like out of shape white dudes that just get their faces.
They are
bubbled up.
taking the money 1,000%, and this is just to build Tyson's record. Let's knock you out in the first round. See you later. Have you seen Zach Morris is absolutely a terrible person? What is it
Zach
called?
Morris is trash.
You mean Saved by the Bell guy?
Yeah, this is a mind blower.
Have you?
I'm a big Saved by the Bell. I only watched one, and boy, it's not a good look for a boy Zach.
That's
Morris.
the only one you need to
happened?
watch.
Did you watch the wheelchair one?
Yeah, yeah.
Zach Morris is trash.
Wait, what happened?
It's an entire web series that is now on Amazon Prime or
Yeah,
whatever,
video.
and it's
Funny or Die.
It's like 15 videos from Funny or Die, breaking down how terrible of a person Zach Morris is.
It's
And
awful.
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
But is it
Per
actual
episode.
real?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like them talking over moves that he's done and like just bad.
No shit.
Yeah, like the wheelchair one that I watched. It's
So
really bad.
Gavin Rossdale and Gwen Stefani no longer, and Zach Morris is a piece of shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of news.
Just
You guys
ruined-
Not the real
really-
actor, just the character he played.
Yeah, you guys are ruining 1995 for
Yeah.
me.
No,
sucks.
my life was legitimately ruined when they mentioned the Zach Morris thing. Because Saved by the Bell was every morning with some cereal, cuz. And we go and watch Zach Morris here be a superstar with the Mr. Belding running the shop over there at Bayside. And then they were like, yeah, Zach Morris, terrible person.
See,
I never got why Slater would let Zach Morris talk so much shit to
I
him.
agree.
Yeah.
Because he could have just beaten the shit out of
right,
him.
but that's why I was always an AC Slater guy.
Me, a
Because
big
he took,
Slater
yeah,
guy.
He took the high
Backward
road.
chair.
He knew he was the alpha.
Yeah, he knew. He didn't have to try.
Right.
backwards chair sitting.
He
too.
was so alpha that he dated the ugliest girl in the crew,
did.
Jessie Spano. That's the most alpha thing.
great
he did.
stripper though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a great stripper, and she was addicted to drugs too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, caffeine pills
yeah,
really
it's tough.
changed the
It's a
day.
bad look.
She started the Adderall
Didn't Zach
crisis.
make her take those pills
Yeah,
though?
he did.
Yeah, so
Oh, he forced her.
bad
to-
guy.
He
He
forced her.
roofied her.
to-
Screech,
He reverse roofied her.
Screech,
Got her
keep
so
you awake.
woke. Yeah.
Screech definitely wrote this Zach Morris's trash thing.
Well, Screech has his own problems. Last we heard of Screech, he like stabbed some dude at a bar in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think he's back touring again, doing fucking clubs.
Good for him.
Nah, I don't know if good for him. Did you
No,
watch that?
good for him.
Did you watch that documentary, the behind the say?
Yeah,
behind
he
the
was-
scenes one.
they
He was
like-
alcoholic. That guy.
Yeah, but they like basically they made him a nerd on screen, and then they treated him like a nerd off screen. Like they were ruthless to him.
I think he did live a little bit of a rough time there, had a rough go, but he's definitely the one behind the Zach Morris's trash thing, and it's a very eye-opening situation.
Screech's problem was he was about like 10 years too early on the celebrity sex tape thing.
He was.
Yeah.
If he had waited, he must have seen like Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian come out with their sex tapes and skyrocket to fame, and be like, "What the fuck? What did I do wrong?"
It's reality TV recipe now. If you want to make it, you have to have sex on the
He
internet.
was 10 years too early on the nerd thing too. Nerds are in now. It's cool to be a nerd.
His coolest scene in history was from a movie Made. You ever see that movie?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's fucking Vince Vaughn at a nightclub in New York trying to get in, and they won't let him in. And then they're fucking arguing with the bouncer. Then all of a sudden, Screech comes rolling up, and then he fucking walks right in, and then Vince Vaughn's like, "Did you just let fucking Screech in the club? Did you just let fucking Screech? Let me see what fucking Screech's name on the list." That's great. You got to see.
Is that the whole movie?
It's the millennial
No, it's
reference.
just one scene. It's
Oh, I
one
was
scene.
gonna
It's the
say,
best scene of
that's
Screech's
you ever
life.
see-
That'd be a crazy movie. It was just a movie about one nightclub line.
did you ever see Swingers?
Yeah.
It's Swingers, but with Screech.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Vince
I like
Vaughn
it
did
off.
Swingers again?
Yes.
Hold on,
It's
though.
a different version of. But
If
it's-
Screech is going into movies, letting people call him Screech in a movie, like I'm kind of over him making people feel bad for him for being Screech.
Well, it was that, and he was also doing like celebrity boxing for a while. I think he fought Danny Bonaducci like 9
That's
times.
right.
What a
Danny
name.
Bonaducci, remember that VH1 show? Where
Yeah.
he's just chugging like full bottles of vodka at 9 in the
It was
morning.
Danny Bonaducci and like Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
And those were the two guests.
How about that
celebrity-
lady coming out acting like she's the hero of the whole thing?
Yeah, that's
that
kinda
whole
fucked
movie
up.
thing. That's
I didn't
bad.
see it, but yeah. She
I'm
clubbed,
sorry,
She
yeah.
clubbed Nancy Kerrigan.
I guess it's bad to be a competitor. Like, what's wrong with that?
Ask Smitty. He loves to answer his fans.
The most
Yeah.
fucked up thing is like she went out of her way to honestly like try to break the leg of her biggest rival, and she fucked up so badly that Nancy Kerrigan still beat her.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst part.
Yeah,
About it.
and she got caught. Like, you can't get caught, A. B, you can't get beat after that.
Right.
It's just,
Right.
it makes the other person look so much better. It's a perfect heel move in wrestling.
Wasn't the dude that hit her in the knee? Wasn't that Tanya Harding's fiance?
It was like his friend. or
No,
something.
yeah, Jeff Galooly.
There was
Galooly,
there was,
yeah.
like,
Oh.
There was not enough degrees of
Always
separation.
always an
at all.
Italian.
Yeah, the
Always
fucking
an
Yeah.
Italians.
Goddamn right it was.
Yeah, always an
Listen,
Italian.
it's the way it goes, Big Cat. Literally, the fucking Italians are behind almost everything bad and almost everything good. I mean,
everything good? Like what?
food is
Pizza Hut.
Hey, what's Cats?
What do you mean?
What's your last name?
It's cats.
No, I know.
It's Jewish.
Jewish, yeah.
With a Z, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know. Half my family's Irish Catholic, and then the other half is
It's a good
Polish,
mix.
German. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's not a bad
Polish,
one.
Russian. Sorry.
You probably hammer some alcohol.
I don't anymore. I'm like you. I got old.
Yeah, it happens.
It's not fun anymore.
You should move to weed.
Well, I like what happens when you get older is I like the act of getting drunk. I don't like being drunk. So I like
Or the next day.
Yeah, the trip up. So
Cool.
like the 4 or 5 beers. It's like this is the golden hour. It feels good. And then once I'm drunk, I'm like, I wish I was on my couch.
And then you pass out. The next day, you feel
Right.
like, fuck, why did I do
Terrible.
that? It is an interesting thing. Alcohol is definitely as you go through life, it changes for you for sure. I'm past it right now. I'm all in on not drinking and getting drunk, but St. Patrick's Day right around the corner. We're going to fucking have to do
It's
it.
just amazing to
gonna
me.
have
Like
to.
alcohol is a drug that pretty much everybody uses, and we all hate hangovers, and we still haven't found a way to get drunk without a hangover.
The IVs thing.
Stuff.
You got to get the IV
No,
thing.
that's fake though. Well, I did it in Vegas, so there was a combination where it might have been more than a hangover, and also doesn't fix like not sleeping.
Is it like immediate? Is
No,
that,
so what it does is, so we got it. I went on a bachelor party and we did it one morning, and you sleep 2 hours, so you're never gonna like no IV can fix that.
Nope.
And it does make you feel like better hydrated, but like what I mean that's
You still have a headache, though, right?
Yeah, a Gatorade works too.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. I feel like
it's a sham.
It
It's
is.
like $250 too.
feels.
I don't think the Vegas ones are legit. I think it's just like sugar water.
She said she was a nurse, dude.
Wait, are you telling
She
me
went
that's
to
things-
school, Nick.
Legally, she has to.
Yeah.
She says
Yeah.
she's a nurse. She's a nurse.
She went to school, Nick.
Probably hiked her skirt up too a little bit.
She had
Are you
arm
saying
tattoos.
that things
Said she
in
was a nurse.
Vegas are presented as being more valuable than they actually are?
I would never say
No.
that. Look at the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, it's not the
And
Caps
that was
here, by the
talking
way.
hockey.
It's not the Caps
Actually,
here.
I think that it is, and here's why. Because they're not burning out this year. Like this is usually the time of year where the Caps put on they go like 20-2, and they just like get on a hot streak, and then they get to the first or second seed in the playoffs. They're not doing that. They are sucky enough to the point where I think they'll actually be good when it counts.
Got you. Too hot, too early normally.
Yeah, they haven't peaked yet.
I'll tell you what, the Pens are starting to get hot. I guess we were like in
Dude,
a...
the Pens. I mean, that's going back to back is so fucking impressive.
And we're going to do it again.
And now you're going to go for a 3. Like, I honestly think the Blackhawks, part of the problem is that they've just played so much hockey.
Yeah.
And it just, like, you burn out. And I cannot believe the Pens are going to do
It's
it
a
3 years in
tiring
row.
sport,
Yeah.
dude. The training for that and wrestling, I think, are the two worst.
And it's crazy when you do play to the Stanley Cup final, you are playing an extra 2 months of hockey.
Like basketball, too.
Yeah.
Basketball does the same thing, and baseball almost. Whenever you have the series playoff system, it takes up so much time. It's a fucking whole different ballgame. But with basketball, if you don't make the playoffs, you might as well not even exist. Like,
Yeah.
no, you might as well not even exist. Because
the lottery. Tanking.
yeah, I guess.
Tanking's fun, man.
But national TV, though, it's
Tanking
like
is
you're,
fun.
you're
Are the
only
Bulls tanking
relevant.
right now?
What?
Are the Bulls
Oh,
tanking
yeah.
right now?
Oh, yeah. They're going to
time.
fuck it up, but they're trying.
Benny the
Putting out-
Bull.
Yeah,
by the way.
campaign.
Benny the Bull. I just got introduced by Viva La Zito, Chicago native Zito, who Benny the Bull is.
Yeah.
What an electric fucking
So,
personality.
I think they changed the Benny, though.
well, I guess the last guy got arrested.
Well, and he got a little bit of a head. Like, he, was walking around being like, yo, I'm Benny the Bull.
He should be, by the way. Just for future reference, he should.
I don't know.
Do you ever watch his YouTube highlights?
Dude, I know Benny the Bull. Benny Bull is the best mascot in all sports, but I still think it's tough
Nah,
to walk
he is
around.
PFD.
No, he does unbelievable
He is.
tricks and shit.
What
Like,
about the Phoenix Suns gorilla?
Yeah, but
Pretty
he
good,
only
too.
he only goes down that fucking stairway. That's the only.
What about the
trick
San
he's got.
Diego
Pretty good
chicken?
move.
Nobody's got shit on Benny the Bull.
Benny the
He's got
Bull
his
is-
highlight reel on
Benny the
YouTube.
You
Bull.
could get any
And he's
fucking
funny,
dude
too.
from the Circus du Soleil.
No. Benny the Bull was like a real athlete. I swear to God,
Over
he
the
tore
head.
his ACL. He tore his ACL, and everyone was like, "Oh no, Benny tore his ACL."
Over the head, like Harlem Globetrotters. I wanted to see one of their games. It was like the N1 mixtape tour. Like they're 1 for 5. Like they just show you the highlights. They're hucking up half court shots at all times. Benny the Bull hits this over the head, behind the back half court shot on a very regular basis. Like it is a normal thing for him to make it, a trick shot. Then he's like active. He runs around everywhere. He's got Benny the Bull is electric. I think you guys should pay him more in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, they changed him, so they probably got him.
Well,
for
a
cheap.
guy got arrested.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
I can't remember what.
sad
I just
story.
know that he was going around being like, "Yeah, I'm Benny the Bull."
Well, I think he pushed a cop or something. Yeah, like something happened. Something
That cop
big.
needs to have a
Do you
little
know who
fucking
I am?
respect.
Do you know who I am? I'm Benny the fucking
What
Bull.
about Ragnar from the Vikings? Remember him? He used to come out on the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
I don't mind
You
that.
want to
And
get
they-
paid $1 million?
Oh, he held
Yeah,
out.
They paid him like $200 a game, and then he held out, and he wanted like a 3-year guaranteed contract worth like $2.5 million. I wanted to pay Ragnar.
You got to try and cash in.
You got it. Yeah, I don't blame him at all, but I think that maybe his absence had something to do with the Vikings choking it away this year.
Wow. You think?
No, yeah, because the Vikings never choked in the past.
That's
Ever.
true. When they had
true. Ever.
Ragnar, they were just a team of success.
The cheerleaders make like $10 a game or something like that. They're 40 hours early. They like arrive on Saturday night for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Those the wages that mascots, cheerleaders, everybody, they make nothing. The teams pay them absolutely nothing. So I can understand Ragnar's. He was probably taking a stance for all the other mascots. You know, I got to be the guy. I got to set the pace
for the
here.
brand.
Yeah, it's for the brand. And then he just got kicked the fuck out. Then they put a drum in, and the entire place started doing the skull chains. Like, oh, see you later,
Guess
Ragnar.
we don't need Ragnar anymore. Yeah, it's always the first guy that gets hit, right? Like the first free agent in baseball. What was that dude's name? Back in like the 80s?
Jackie Robinson,
Yeah, it was Jackie Robinson. Yeah, and so
The
he
first
didn't get
baseball
paid.
player?
free agent.
The
First free agent. It's never the first guy that gets what he wants. It's everybody that comes after him.
Jackie Robinson was also the first black player, right?
Yeah, good for you, Sean.
So
Why you got to take it there?
Well, I don't know. So he was also the first guy in free agency as well. What a fucking guy at first.
Jackie Robinson is a real game changer for a lot of people. I respect and appreciate that. Big Cat, you sing the national anthem as if you're the Blackhawks national anthem singer.
I did do a little wave for Jim Cornelison.
You
want to
be the next one of him.
No.
Yes, that is
No.
absolutely it.
I gotta learn the words first.
Yeah, you fuck it up in one spot every time.
Jesus Christ.
I love someone treating me like
proof in the night. It's through the night.
someone was like, "I'm so happy you didn't use the words this time." They didn't realize I wrote them out on a board and had them
I saw that.
in the ring.
Did you see me standing right behind the board, right? So
Yeah.
I'm standing right behind the board and I'm looking at the American flag like, this sounds really good. And then you mess up the words and I just turn and like look at you and you're staring right at the board, which is, I'm like, I don't want to distract them and make this worse. So I turn the other way. You always miss on the gave proof.
Listen, I'm an artist. It's artistic.
No,
What is it?
License,
License,
yeah.
right?
No, Fergie.
I
It's-
don't
it's
have
his
to
interpretation
capitalize
of it.
my eyes.
Fergie, no,
yeah.
no.
Listen,
nah.
Pat, you don't tell another man how to be patriotic, okay? Patriotism comes from. I don't want to steal Big Cat's thunder, but at some point, I do want to try. Maybe at a Rough and Rowdy to do like a Jimi Hendrix guitar version.
Are you
of the
like
Star
that on a
Spangled
guitar?
Banner.
Are you
no,
like-
but if you use a wah-wah pedal, it covers up a lot of mess ups that you have. So.
Really?
Yeah.
You need the words though. We do too. Like I feel like whenever they do, I feel like they trot it out for baseball. They'll be like, all right, and now the national anthem from like this little like orchestra from like.
I've heard a lot of
need the
national
words.
anthems, by the way. I've
We
heard a
need the
lot.
words.
No, I like when the stadium sings.
Yeah, that's also good, but that's the words.
Yeah, it's the words, and their words are normally on the
I like-
Jumbotron, by the way.
I
Everybody,
like-
they're putting them on the Jumbotron.
I like when there's a guitar, like Carlos Santana, and then you have Rob Thomas singing the national anthem.
Do you two know that
Oh,
Pat is going
it's
to
a
be a
hot one.
professional baseball player?
Yes.
Are you feeling good about God bless your
Yeah,
soul?
you probably
That
guarantee-
seat, by the way, Vibert sneezes a lot too. There might be something going on over there.
Yeah, I'm just sick. I smoked cigarettes last weekend, and so
that's
whenever I
tough.
smoke a cigarette, I get a head cold.
Yeah, we went through this. It's not the cigarettes. I mean, it is the cigarettes. It's not like getting drunk and staying out till 4 a.m.
No.
Do you sing the
Cigarettes.
national anthem at home in the mirror to practice?
No. I only sing it when
At
it's
the
live
events?
bullets, yeah.
Did you feel like Zod completely cocked you with that?
Zaz, the only regret I have of Zaz national anthem was he could have just made it up, and it would have been funnier if
The
he just
winner-
made it up and would have been like, "Great job, Zaz."
The Barstow Winter Olympics, obviously Big Cat went into a full patriotic, incredible rendition of the national anthem to kick him off. And then they handed the microphone over to Za, who sang the Zimbabwe national anthem. It was like Borat with the Kazakhstan one. Nobody knows the words, but he absolutely crushed it. And it was just a bad
Crushed
moment.
it.
It was a bad moment for America.
You know what I think my favorite national anthem is? It's very underrated. You might not have even seen it. Chad Smith played the national anthem on the drums one time.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's good.
It's
How the hell do you do that?
Actually, it's not that good. It's very weird. It's just like him beating the shit out of drums for a while.
Yeah.
And so there's no melody when you're using the drums. So it's like, okay, I think this is the Rockets' regular part. I don't know.
I forget what city we were in. They had a child choir come out and sing it, and the entire group got it wrong. Like one of the words wrong, and it was just like obviously they were not taught well by their leader.
Did they get booed?
It was a weird situation because there's always like as soon as there's a mess up, there's always a reaction from the crowd, and when you have 70,000 people reacting at the same time, there's some noise that happens, and I just feel so terrible for. Like Fergie had to sense it. Like this is not going well. That entire arena was laughing at
Yeah.
him.
She tried to do the Marvin Gaye and failed.
Takes big gut sack to go out there and sing the national anthem, Big Cat. I think you do a really good job.
Yeah, my problem was that we did the Winter Olympics and then Rough and Rowdy. They came out like at the same time. I like to space it out. There's a little too much national anthem.
Yeah,
It's something
'cause-
that has to come out like every 3 months.
Dave said at one point you kicked him out of your national anthem.
No, I want him back.
That's not what I heard.
I want him back.
That's not what I heard.
He was taking away the spotlight.
No, I want him back. I've actually asked him back. The problem is you can't find symbols anywhere. But I want him back. I
can
think it
find
was
symbols.
hilarious.
Triangle
I've
is
asked
another
him
one.
back.
Triangle is a good thing that isn't used much anymore. Cowbell, triangle,
I play the
symbols.
The fish, yeah.
Yeah, thank
Was
you.
it the Wetero?
The gourd?
The gourd.
Fucking
Yeah, the
tambourine, staple.
I could be
A
wrong.
lot of really good instruments. What was that one we all had to learn?
The pick,
Flute
Recorder.
Recorder.
Hot cross buns.
Yeah.
The egg is clean.
Yeah.
By the way, how the fuck is the recorder the one that they chose for every student across the country?
It's cheap.
It's literally, yeah, it's cheap and it's literally like for dumb people.
Yeah, Pat brings up a good point. They should have an investigation to who was like the CEO of that recorder company.
It's Big Recorder Company.
Because Big Recorder sold these fucking flutes to every elementary school in
Yeah.
America.
It's like
every
the du-
single one.
It's
Hell
like
of
the
a
dude
salesman.
that
Yeah.
put the little table on the pizza.
Oh,
made
genius
millions,
idea.
Millions.
I got to go piss. You guys do your thing.
So it's that dude.
Oh, okay.
Also, whoever was the CEO of Scholastic. Did you guys have Scholastic book fairs in your school?
Yes, we did.
So basically, what they did was they turned every elementary school in America into little salespeople for Scholastic books. That's a hell of a racket.
Pat's going to pee. We'll not talk.
When he comes back in, we'll just all like laugh, like somebody told a really
No,
fucking
just
funny
be
thing.
like, all right, we're ready to go again. We just didn't talk.
But we can't cut this out though.
No,
we're
I know.
gonna
That's
leave
the
it.
best
Leave it
part.
in.
Yeah, that's the best part. We'll just be like,
He co-
oh,
he
yeah.
co-
All right, we're back.
But don't talk.
Yeah, don't talk.
Don't talk.
We can whisper right now, but when he comes back, we'll just all be quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
So what are you saying about Scholastic?
What do you think about doing a whole show whispering?
Actually,
It's called NPR.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is called NPR. But also,
you
what's
seen-
that thing?
have you
PFC,
seen,
the thing that gives you the goosebumps that we did once.
When someone touches your butthole?
No,
ASMR.
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 you
So
seen Parks and Rec?
there are people on Twitter or on YouTube where they just talk like this, and if you listen to it in your earphones, it gives you goosebumps on the back of your neck. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Anyone who listens to you falls in love with you while you do it.
Do they say sultry stuff? Or is
whatever. No, it's in fact they do like the opposite of sultry stuff. They read ingredient labels from like shampoo containers.
But that's kind of sultry.
I like a pepperoni pizza.
Who wants to get fucked?
Have you ever had anyone whisper proxyphosphate in your ear?
Yeah, it's hot.
Organic vanilla extract.
All right, so
I
when,
told you,
so when
organic
Pat comes,
experience.
so when Pat comes back in, we're gonna just be dead silent. Be like, all right, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't said anything
Yeah.
the
By the
entire
way,
time.
if you guys want to make a nice Parmesan crusted pork chop,
Yeah.
you just want to get a clean Italian breading.
Oh yeah.
You want to also get you some really delicious Parmesan, about 5-6
Here he
eggs.
comes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we're back.
All right, you're back, Pat. Thanks.
Thanks, Pat.
We didn't say.
Thanks,
We waited for
We
you.
waited.
You shouldn't have. You should have just went going.
No, we
No, we
waited.
didn't do anything
No,
after.
we waited. We literally didn't say anything. We waited.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
wanted
You're the
you
host.
guys just to go.
Well, no.
No,
Yeah, I wanted you guys just to go.
Oh
No.
I didn't.
No,
that,
if you
you
listen
didn't make
back,
that clear.
If you listen back, there was no words.
you're not good at delegating.
Well, I think I did. I said that on the way out.
Nah, it was a
hear
little.
I think everybody thought you were thinking like you would
Yeah.
tell us that like we would
Yeah.
do that, and then you'd be
Yeah,
like,
it
yeah, if
was a
they
test.
do
We
that,
thought it was
they're
a test.
assholes.
It was
Yeah,
one of those
right.
moves where it's like, I guess if you guys want to have fun without me, that's
was a
fine.
test.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate the thought that you're thinking like that because you want me to have fun with you guys.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I legitimately, genuinely wanted you guys just to go.
No,
No, it's
no,
more
it's a
like-
Pat McAfee show, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it wasn't like
Yeah,
we,
but it's like it's
Good point.
it's the people show.
Nah, it's the Pat McAfee show. So
It's
we
the
can't do it
people's
without
show.
Pat McAfee.
Nah,
Eh.
evening yaks going on.
Wow.
That's your show. Yeah.
Let's talk about steroids.
Hey, my favorite part was listen, Winnie is the least best of all of them.
See, this
He has the least best.
This is the
Dude,
best
Lewis saying he had it laying around. They didn't openly seek it. Like it was just at his house.
Yeah, it
This
was
is
laying
like
around.
the LeBron MJ debate. If you just say it enough, people will start actually debating it. Where
Mm-hmm.
Sean's just like, well, all right, we're joking, but
Dude.
this Winnie thing is pissing me off.
So many Jay-Z, Lil Wayne conversations, LeBron, Michael Jordan. There's so many that I've been a part of, and I have no idea who's the best.
Jay-Z Little Wayne's a conversation.
There's no winner.
Yeah.
At a time in 2010-ish. Was
Still
it?
is, by the way. Jay-Z hasn't put out a hit in a long time without Kanye.
I didn't want to get into it. You
I
know
mean,
what
think
side
about it.
you know what side I fall on.
Lil Wayne was at the top of the game there for a long time.
Would you say that Lil Wayne's the Jordan or the LeBron?
LeBron.
LeBron.
So LeBron's the GOAT?
Kobe. If you take away advanced stats
It's
that
funny.
we've come up with now.
Anytime that we even bring up LeBron MJ as a joke because the debate is so overwrought, eventually you're going to start actually debating it.
Well, it's not even that because there's no answer to it. There's no answer to it because it's a complete different league. But man, there's people that are so passionate about it. I respect how passionate people are about it. Jordan's definitely got the better shoes, though. Let's keep it fucking moving.
Well, duh.
John Gruden said he's not going to use any stats. How do you guys feel about that?
Great. I
As sabermetric guys, how do you feel about it?
He said two wonderful things today. Number one, he hates. Well, three
Do you
wonderful
want to interview him?
things.
Do you want to interview him?
Do you want to hear what he said? Actually, we have a
let's
clip.
play it.
We actually have the clip. If you could please run that back. John Gruden always listening at all times. So, is there any way you could run that back? I would appreciate it greatly. Ty, is John Gruden back there?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's hear it.
PFT should call him. Call him.
Call him.
Can we give him a call?
Yeah, give him a call.
I don't have my phone on me.
Oh, shit.
No. He's here. He's here. He's actually here. Who just walked in here, by the way?
That's my guy. Find him.
Who is that?
That's my guy.
Who's your guy?
He's my guy.
John, answer the phone.
What guy?
He's my guy.
What guy?
You got a guy?
Yeah, this is my place.
Yeah,
Who?
and I invited him over because he's my guy.
I don't just let anybody in.
Okay, well, you let him in. So obviously you're not keeping that good. You want to go check the door? We'll wait.
We got dysfunction.
Yeah, we'll wait.
This
You
is
want to
gonna-
go look at the door?
This
We'll
is
wait.
classic
We won't
Barstool
talk.
difference.
This is going to
Yeah.
do wonders for the classic is Big Cat gay debate
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on at Barstool.
Yeah.
That's Big Cat's guy.
Yeah,
just
it's my
showed up.
guy.
Who is it?
You
It's
flew a
my
guy in? You flew
no,
a guy
he's
in?
here for the combine.
Big Cat flew a couple guys in.
He's,
All right, how's it going?
Flying in
he's-
dudes?
Who's that guy?
He's his dude. His
my
main
guy.
dude.
Does he have a name?
Yeah, I said Bynum. He's my guy.
Buying him what?
Why do you
Bynum,
need
dude.
the whole? You need everything?
It's like
Yeah.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is he?
He's
Do
my
we have
agent.
Do we have John Gruden?
You have an agent?
Yeah. See, now this is going to be a whole other thing.
Oh man, boy, my brain just went 45 different places right there. That's your agent right there?
Yeah, I thought in the biz when you say he's my guy, everyone understood.
Wait,
like,
No, because that could be a
your
coke
agent.
guy, that could be a weed guy.
No,
that could be,
he's- yeah,
everybody has a
he's my
guy.
agent.
Big Cat, you have an agent?
Yeah, you do too.
You have an agent?
Is that
we
your
share
agent,
one.
PFT?
No, that's not my agent.
What? So that's not your agent? You have
It is
two
mine.
agents?
It's mine. Yeah,
You have two agents?
yeah.
We said he's got a
split.
couple dudes.
Wow.
No big deal.
Got an agent,
do you still have an
guy.
agent? You still have an agent, right?
I don't have an agent.
Really?
Never had one.
I told you to keep yours.
I
That was
never-
the first conversation we
I
had.
never had one.
At what point do you get an agent, Big Cat?
I mean, to be totally honest, and this is obviously is a more real conversation than I thought we were going to have, but it
welcome.
used to be
Oh,
Dave and I,
isn't that weird?
no, Dave
Oh.
and I used to, obviously negotiate just between the two of us, and we got a lot bigger. So it was like, it takes away the personal. Like Dave and I have a personal relationship that goes back a long time. So talking about numbers and all that shit's awkward. So
It really is awkward because
Right.
you're putting value on people at that
right,
point.
and we have, and when you talk to someone that you've known for a really long time and been through the trenches and the wars with, it's emotion comes into it, and you can't have that when you're negotiating stuff.
It's not good. I don't enjoy the negotiation process at all. I don't enjoy it at all. Because boy, I just want to tell the other person how I truly feel, but then you're like, oh, it's business. And everybody's in the NFL is like, don't take it personal, it's just business. I'm like, motherfucker, this is a personal business
Right.
situation.
It's very, very hard when
Yeah.
you get to when you step up in the world a little bit and you get to these situations where it gets uncomfortable if you're trying to talk business to people that you have personal relationships with.
Well, that's why me and Grigson have hated each other since day one. Literally since day one. I was the first person he had to negotiate with, and he just led off with the fucking just, you're the worst person we have in this building. Like, that was his negotiation time. I'm like, well,
Well, the other thing
Why
is,
don't you go fuck yourself?
and it's more than just negotiations. Like Bynum will tell me, he gives me advice. He tells me what I'm doing wrong. Like, you're surrounded by a bunch of people. Sometimes you're like, you're great, you're doing great, you're doing great. You need the real truth sometimes.
I can respect that.
Yeah, so it's good.
So was it when you were just Cat and when you switched to Big Cat? Is that when the
Correct.
agent probably had to come in?
Yeah, and then I start telling people, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Gonna push a cop next. Gonna push a cop.
Benny the Bull move.
Benny the Bull move.
Not a bad idea
Yeah,
by
not
you.
a bad idea.
So if I'm hearing you right, Diggs, Sean, myself, Evan, Ty, we should unionize.
Yes,
Starting
without a
union.
doubt.
Elect a president.
I would love to see
Yep.
Pat try to deal with the union.
Actually, this whole branch here should unionize.
Pat, so he's like, God damn it, when's your flight back? Steroid. It started with steroids. Now we're getting these guys union. Yeah, the workers of Heartland unite.
Yeah, Heartland should unite, and then you should collectively negotiate against Dave and see how Dave reacts to the union.
Yeah. So see,
That would be tremendous content if somebody wanted to start a Barstool
would.
union.
yeah,
I'm not.
it
saying
would
I'm
be
gonna do
so funny to watch that happen. Because like SB Nation unionized, Deadspin unionized. Dave would squash a union so fast. He would,
right,
he
you're
would
fired.
fucking
You're
just
fired.
smash a union. It would. And he actually gets so much joy out of it that I almost, like PFC said, I want to see it happen.
That would be beautiful.
Like if like,
I mean,
could
this
you
sounds
imagine?
like a perfect job for Nate to start.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you imagine Nate being like, I'm actually the.
But Nate's so far in to
Yeah.
Barstool, I don't think he would ever want to anywhere near
Right.
potentially get fired.
But if
think-
he was like, I'm the local post like union rep, and like I'm here to talk about contracts.
There's a good chance that Dave would just like terminate the entire company.
That's what I'm saying. He would just start his own thing.
No,
It'd be
that's why it'd be
Dave
great
Portnoy.
content. He would just smash a union. The union has no chance against Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, he'd shut down the business.
Yeah.
All right, we just won't work for a year then.
Yeah.
See you guys later. We'll start fresh in
It'd
about
be a
year.
lockout.
Fucking lockout.
Can you imagine Barcelona lockout?
Oh, dude, Deadspin. That
I
Laura,
need it.
that Laura lady from
Wagner.
Deadspin would have a field day if there was to be a lockout.
We'd
at
pick it
Barstool.
outside. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh my god, dude. You can't pick it outside.
All
In
right,
New
so
York. There's not
what-
enough room. John Gruden, though, we got him on the phone. Is John Gruden on the line?
Yeah, he's back here.
Okay, so what did he say again? Can you have him repeat that for us?
Yeah, you mean him talking about analytics in the NFL?
Yeah, Coach Gruden, what's up, man? Hope life is beautiful. Heard you had some shit to say on Monday Morning Quarterback. Do you want to repeat those things just so we can have it for our own like personal use?
Yeah, for sure, man. Let me go ahead and kind of just give you the Cliff Notes version here.
How did it come up, by the way, John?
Basically, some guy just asked me, what is analytics? How's that going to play a role in your new regime in Oakland? And this is kind of what I let him know. I said, listen, man, I'm trying to throw the game back to 1998. Really, as a broadcaster, I went around and I tried to observe every team, asked a lot of questions, man, a lot of questions. Took a look at the facilities, how they're doing business. There's a stack of analytical data, or data, however you want to say the word, that people don't even know how to read it. It's one thing to have the data or the data, and it's another thing to know how to read the damn thing.
Yeah, of course, Coach Gruden. I can understand where you're coming from absolutely with that.
So I'm not going to rely on GPSs and all the modern technology. I will certainly have some people that are professional that can help me from that regard. But I still think doing things the old-fashioned way is a good way, man. And we're going to try to lean the needle that way a little bit.
That's hilarious.
It's so great because Gruden is basically coming back to the NFL and pretending that it's the NFL from 15
Do you have any
years
questions
ago.
for him?
Yeah, and he's got $100 million, so there ain't shit nobody can do to him. He's going to win, probably. I assume he has all this information on all
not
these
gonna
teams.
win.
Gruden's going to go
He's
7
gonna
and
win.
9.
He's not
No
going to win.
way.
He's going to be a 7 and
He's
9
gonna
kid.
win.
Yep.
He's not going
At
to
least 8-8 next year.
He's been in every single NFL.
Dude, he won with Tony Dungy's guys.
Brad Johnson, man.
Brad Johnson.
He won
fucking
with
Brad
Tony Dungy's
Johnson.
defense.
Hey, Coach, you also said that you were going to bring back fullbacks. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, basically, I just said, I'm a big Marshawn Lynch guy, man, and if we are going to be servicing Marshawn Lynch, then we're going to be doing that with a fullback.
Okay.
Who is that? The original Gruden grinder you've been once saying, right? The fullback.
Yeah,
is-
like I said, I've been trying to get Mike Allstott back on the payroll. Unfortunately, he's
Yeah.
got about 2 brain cells left, so I don't know if that's a viable option, but I'll tell you what, that guy with CTE, I think he'd still be one hell of a fullback, man.
I agree with
You
that.
don't need critical thinking. You just run north and south. That's why you don't need a GPS for it either. I know you don't like GPS.
No, I can't stand GPS, man.
What are you going to do whenever your players are on social media and shit? This ain't going to be like 1990 anymore. Like, and everybody's going to be on social media posting photos. Are you going to like that or hate that?
Now I'm gonna have them stay off the tweet deck, the Facebook, all that kind of stuff, man. Like I said, when you're in my facility, you better be on football time and football time only.
But don't you text Brad Johnson while you're doing games? I mean, isn't that something you normally do? Don't you think your players should be able to do that too?
Yeah, I guess, but I was mostly just doing that because I couldn't stand that little pissant Sean McDonough. So
All right, Coach.
What's
we
he gonna do
appreciate-
with with King then? As far as the tweet decks,
Oh, Marquette?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go because John Gruden, in one particular Monday Night Football game, I did the Razor Ramon Scott Hall, and they go to commercial break, and the last thing said, "Can you say these punters real quick, like in a condescending manner, Coach Gruden?"
these punters,
And
man.
then they went straight to commercial. That was like the last thing. It was like a
He's
video.
so disappointed.
Oh, he was not happy about it. So I couldn't even fathom what he's going to do with Marquette. I'm pulling hard for him, though, Coach Gruden. I respect that. Thanks for listening, Coach. We appreciate it. All right. I'll go fuck myself.
Classic Gruden.
Classic.
I
Gruden.
texted Gruden one time to try to get him on the show.
How'd you get his number?
A friend of an agent.
Okay, so
We'll put
whenever
it that way.
whenever you guys are looking for people to join your show, is it normally through friend, like contact friend through a friend, like your network basically has become so impressive? Because the people you guys get on Pardon My Take are an impressive bunch, and that's how it works. It's just network friends and friends.
People that we know, people that know people that we know, yeah.
Do you
Just take shots too.
do you feel that people try to get Pardon My Take ready whenever they go into a podcast? Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like some of those journalists today that came in. They came in with the mindset that they were going to impress the Pardon My Take people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you feel like they talk from their friends, like, hey, you're going to a Pardon My Take, you're going to love it. They are a complete different animal, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that happens a lot?
It happens, but what ends up happening is it backfires on them because there's 2 types of interviews. There's the guy who comes in who has no idea who we are, and we make a point of trying to soften it up and like kind of let them know, like, hey, this is fun, like have some fun.
Yeah.
And then when someone comes in, they know they've like planned some jokes in their head. We know that we already got them, so we can go right for it.
Got you.
You know,
Like-
and then not hold anything back. Like we'll do interviews, like we did the Denny Hamlin interview, and we're like, all right, let's soften them up. Let's ask a couple questions that like makes them realize we're just having some fun, and then have some fun.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're coming prepped, it's like, all right, well, we're just going to start asking you uncomfortable questions.
Yeah, right off of Jump Street.
Right.
Like you could have never prepared for what we're about to do to you. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. John Gruden never got back to you?
No, he got back, and so I texted him. I said, hey, John, do you want to come on Pardon My Take? I explained that we were a podcast. He goes, I don't know what a podcast is, man. He goes, this was his first text back to me. I live on the moon, man.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That is incredible. That is beautiful.
He still writes me back, but I don't think he has any desire whatsoever to come. I don't think he knows what a podcast is yet, so he would not want to go on one.
The fact that he kept his regimen while being fired and started the Fired Coaches Association of America, waking up at 5 a.m. watching film. Then he turned it into a gimmick. And then Monday Night Football, he was so prepared. I honestly believe he's going to do well, strictly because he's been in every single NFL building, has got so much information from everybody.
When you look at the guys that come back after taking like a big leave like that, and they try to do things the old way, sometimes they'll have a little bit of success right up front because their guys will be like, they'll be amped up to play old school football. They'll be psyched to play for a legend.
Well, they have to at least act like it.
Yeah, but the league catches up to him. The other coaches, they catch up to him pretty quickly using modern technology. They're able to do that, like it happened with Joe Gibbs when he came back. It happens with a lot of these guys. So
A lot of college coaches that go to the pros.
Chip Kelly, I was about to say, it happened to Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Whenever he was
Steve Spurrier.
Chip Kelly was a weird one because he just got lazy. I don't know what happened to Chip, but by his third year, he just ran the exact same play like
and the
25
team-
times a
And
game.
the power struggle he had.
the team couldn't make it at the rate that he was pushing them. Like we played them in the preseason, one of his first years there, and they lit us the fuck up. Like, granted, we didn't win every single game, but we were a good team. They were hot, right? They were full mid-season form at that point. That's preseason. Then you got 16 more weeks on top of that. I don't think anybody could keep up with them. So the modern technology type thing is something that caught up with them.
That's what happens to a lot of these guys. Like Steve Spurrier, like Big Cat brought up. He used to be the preseason king.
Yeah.
So he would go out there and drop like 45 points a game in the preseason, make it a point to just say, hey, we can beat the shit out of these teams. But in reality, like the other team wasn't game planning.
Well, and it's also a cliche, but it's complementary football. And Chip Kelly, when a Chip Kelly offense doesn't get that first down, it's over fast. And then your defense is right back out there. And then they don't get that first down, it's over fast.
Couple stops can really change the whole rhythm of that.
If sometimes a drive of like 25 yards, a couple first downs, and you still punt is still a successful drive.
Yeah.
I think Gruden is going to be successful.
I do not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't know what gives you that idea.
I just think he will because of the information, the intel you can get being in every single building, talking to every single coach for years and years and years. And if you're a guy who still stays on the regimen of waking up and working like he has, I think he's going to be able to do well.
But there's nothing about John Gruden that tells me when he's talking to these coaches that he's actually absorbing any new information. You know what I'm saying? Like he hears what they're saying. He's like, I'll tell you how we used to do it.
Hey, man.
And he's just having that conversation.
And he's also, like, Gruden is, I mean, I've heard it before that the reason why he got paid so well at ESPN and why he was there for so long was he's great in, like, the conference room. He's a great, hey, how you doing? Knows everyone's name and all that bullshit. That doesn't win you football games.
Yeah.
You took the Raiders to the Super Bowl for Tampa?
Yeah, it's true. I do always say he did it
Tuck
with
roll.
Tony Dungy's guys, but the Raiders also got to the Super Bowl with John Gruden's guys.
I think they're going to
That's
be
fair.
good. And Carr's a good quarterback if he can ever get back. That game was the
I
game
don't know.
was
kind of
in.
off on Carr now.
Yeah.
Like he looked like straight trash last year.
Dude, and that injury he got was against us, and he was on an MVP run at that point.
Yep.
It was Christmas Eve. I got tackled by a linebacker, no big deal.
The craziest part about the Raiders this year is Amari Cooper just, like, sucking.
He was terrible.
Terrible.
Quarterback doesn't do well. Wide receiver won't do well either.
Yeah, but, like, he
what's up-
dropped a lot of
Like
balls.
Crabtree was better than him, which
Yeah.
is wild.
Crabtree's a hell of a fucking wide receiver.
He is. He's under. He's one of those guys. He got drafted so high and he wasn't great right away.
Yep.
And people kind of wrote the book out on him. And then you look at his career and you're like, damn, this guy's fucking good.
All his teammates say he's good too. Like Frank Gore is a big Crabtree fan. Like Frank Gore talks about how Crabtree he's a big, and Frank Gore is like I love football guy. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
think
and if you get your chain snatched twice, like that's tough look to come back from.
that's tough.
Is Frank Gore still playing again this year?
I don't know because there's
I don't think so because I would have noticed his balls flopping around.
he was
in his
playing.
pants.
he played.
That's
last
good.
year.
You're
He was
good for
out
at
there.
least one Frank Gore's balls are loose on Sunday.
I mean, considering he had a team with no quarterback last year.
Frank Gore.
Yeah.
yeah, he rushed for 1,000. I
Yeah,
think.
that's pretty.
And he wears no pads. He wears like
No cup.
nothing.
No underwear.
He's just old school.
Balls just flopping around.
He's
No
a great-
pubes.
Yeah.
Loves
The
football.
thing about Frank is Frank's going to be averaging 3.3 yards a carry when he's 50 years old.
Yep, he could if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's what his level is, and I love it. Like he's not fat. I thought he was washed up like 7 years ago when I
Yeah.
was watching him run
agree.
because he looks so slow. He's another dude with a big ass. Cynthia Freeland should do just a thesis
Asses.
paper on Frank Gore's ass.
Asses of
He
the
hit,
NFL.
he hit another gear this one when I was my last year. He like got outside and he hit another gear like he ran somebody over. I think it was for some yardage or record. And he comes off to the side. I'm like, Frank, you hit another gear. He looks at me with a dead face. He said, I look fast. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He's like,
How old is he?
30s.
He looks fast this year. A
still
little bit.
hit another
He definitely
gear,
lost
huh?
weight. He
He's going to
definitely lost
play.
weight.
He's going to play, I think,
Thinking
another
what I'm thinking.
4 or 5 years if he lives.
Steroids?
Frank Gore?
Sean?
I think I'm gonna look right now. He definitely is on steroids. He's a fucking stand-up.
You would
guy.
know. You would know. You got some
yeah, I
extra
know
G's
now.
on
Pat,
that.
I want to jump back real quick. You were talking about John Gruden. And,
Yeah, we've been jumping
34.
back all fucking
And-
show.
and
He's
him-
34. Be 35
You
this
hear
year.
about Gavin Rossdale?
him getting off. Like we're talking about John Gruden leaving the booth, right?
Yeah.
I think that Bruce Arians, BA, your guy, would be the perfect fit in the booth.
There's no question that if they want entertainment value, knowledge, and a guy who's friends with everybody, just like
Yep.
John Gruden is, Bruce Arians isn't a guy that came from a particular coaching tree. I mean, he was under fucking Bear Bryant at Alabama at one point. He knows everybody, and he's entertaining. He's funny. He knows everything. I think they said they're pursuing Peyton Manning heavy. I think Bruce Arians would be much better than Peyton Manning.
I agree.
Why the hell didn't the Colts hire Bruce Arians?
So that was a conversation. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not.
Well, it sounds like you have to now.
Well, so Bruce went in there, and after he left the light on for Chuck Pagano.
Yep.
After Chuck was battling leukemia, Bruce Arians became head coach. This was his first year in Indianapolis too, because he was sailing off into the sunset. Chuck calls him while he's moving to Georgia, basically after the Steelers fired him. Brings him in, and he becomes head coach on a team that he knew nothing about. Really, he did not know that he was going to be, and he became like a good head coach,
Really good.
Like I loved Bruce Arians as a head coach. He was relatable. He was cool. He didn't take himself too serious. He was competitive. It was just everything that you wanted. And then after that season, there was now this is not from Bruce Arians. This is from a third party that told me this story. He basically said, like, hey, I think a lot of teams are going to want me to become a head coach. I would love to stick around with Andrew Luck, though. This would be fun. I like Chuck Pagano. I like this thing. I think we should potentially renegotiate, and just figure this out, right? I believe there was that offer, and he was basically, his loyalty was questioned, and they told him to hit the road.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so then he went to Chicago.
Yeah, and he didn't do the fake press conference.
Didn't
That's
get
so
the
absurd.
Didn't do
get-
the fake press conference, so they took Mark Trestman over him.
Didn't get the Chicago gig.
Yep.
So then he goes to Arizona, and then he plays Chicago and holds a grudge and fucking just tries to bury them. Absolutely bury them.
Good. I love when coaches and players hold grudges.
Me too. I'm a big fan of
Good
it.
for betting.
And then when he played against us, he buried us too. Arizona played the Colts, he buried us. And I asked
Goddamn
him,
right.
I was like, you played the Chicago Bears and you buried them because they fucked you over and they can give you the job. And he was like, that is correct. And then I said, and you played against us and you buried us because we fucked you over. Well, he was like, no, I just thought Andrew Luck had a chance to potentially come back in the fourth quarter because that's what he does.
Interesting.
So he had like a PR answer.
I was going to say that, like, Bruce Arians has been fucked over by every team in the NFL. So every game's a revenge game for him.
And he is a fucking incredible human. His press conference when he retired, and he said, my wife came up to me and she was like, the son, what's the son's name?
Jake.
Jake, he's turning 40 this year. And I was like, 40? Where's the time gone? I've been gone. I was like, 40 years?
Bruce was showing up to the Little League field being like, Jake's got a game today.
Bruce is an incredible football guy, though. He's a guy that everybody loves. He would crush on Monday Night Football, but there's no way ESPN would make the smart decision and do it. There's no way. That's why you just can't trust ESPN to make the right decision.
The thing I love the most about Bruce Arians is his voice, his accent, his dialect, because you can't pin it down. He's like you said, he's coached everywhere. His voice is the voice of a locker room.
And he just collects it.
It's just it's a little bit south. It's a little bit from Alabama. It's a little bit like Pittsburgh. A little bit Virginia. He was at
Philly
Virginia
as
Tech
well,
for a while.
because he's got Temple.
Philly. He's been all over the place. He just sounds like a mixture of every dude that's ever been in a football locker room.
My favorite Bruce Arians story is during OTAs, his first year before the season starts, right? So this is everybody's getting introduced to everybody. Nobody knows who anybody is. And Drew Stanton was our quarterback at the time because Andrew Luck was still at school. So they were running 7-on-7 with Drew Stanton. T.Y. Hilton was there because Bruce Arians is the one that drafted T.Y. Hilton, by the way, because the person they were going to draft got taken right beforehand, and everybody's losing their shit. And B.A. was like, oh, there's a fast little guy down in Florida we should definitely get. It was T.Y. Hilton, right? So he was just using T.Y. Hilton as a weapon all OTAs because he loved him. The defense was getting a read, though. So the defense always wins early in training camp and OTAs because it's see ball, get ball. Offense, there's a lot of timing that happens and shit like that. So as OTAs goes on, we're like 2 weeks in, and BA wears that Kangol hat every day. He wore a Kangol hat, Colts shirt, shorts, and a T-shirt, right? He came in one day, black Kangol hat, black T-shirt, black shorts, black socks, black shoes, like into the team meeting, 7:30 a.m. He sits down, and I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing? He's like, we're having a fucking morning for the defense today. We fucking killed them yesterday. So he stood up in front of the entire team meeting, and the defense is all sitting in the back, and Antoine Bethea was back there, and he goes, hey, Bethea, you see me wearing all black? this is a funeral for you fuckers that lost yesterday. Like, it was awesome. And then he just sits back down. And everybody in the room at that moment sees that and it's like, this dude's one of us. Like, this guy wants to win as bad as we want to win. It like was no PR bullshit. It was awesome. He was loved by everybody. And I think he would crush.
I think they're going to end up going with Herb Street, make the safe choice.
Ooh, really?
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I think they're going to keep him. Yeah, I think they're going to move him to Monday Night Football. I think
No way.
he's going to be like
Wild.
very vanilla, very Herb Street.
What
And
happened with
then-
Hasselbeck? You think the Pro Bowl, they didn't like what he did at the Pro?
I mean, I think Hasselbeck would be the same thing. Hasselbeck would be boring. I don't think he'd bring a lot. Like, he's a nice guy. He seems to know what he's talking about. But, like,
connected to Hasselbeck families.
You can't do two bald guys too.
yeah, agreed. Well,
America can't
McDonough's
trust two
probably
bald
out.
guys.
Do you
Yeah, I
like
know.
McDonough?
I do.
I think he's all right.
I think he had. I actually blame Gruden a little bit more for them never really like meshing because Gruden had that thing where you see a lot of times in with like these guys in the booth or media, and they start kind of feeling themselves a little bit. And he had the rapport with Tirico, and then McDonough comes in, and it's like
Judging
I
him,
don't
he's
think Gruden really.
judging.
Yeah, I don't think Gruden really gave McDonough a fair shot.
Now, Tirico is one of the smoothest motherfuckers on a microphone.
Yeah,
He is.
Italian Mike.
He is good.
Yeah.
Tirico is good.
People don't talk about Tirico's little Me Too past.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah, what happened with
He
that?
was
was
Stalker,
like
yeah.
stalking someone.
And then it just got.
I think it was two people.
It was
Yeah.
so long ago that I think people just are
They,
like, okay.
they suspended him for 2 months, and this was before America started to care about sexual harassment.
Yeah.
This is like 2002, back in the Stone Age.
By the way, it sounds as if like every big media company is just a terrible, like behind the scenes, just a lot of terrible shit going down.
Yeah, I mean the book, the ESPN
Not every
book,
company.
Boys Will Be Boys.
I agree, not every company, but it seems as if the Hollywood and like it seems as if that is the case. Like it's just expected almost. It's a weird world. I knew nothing about until it all starts popping off.
Do you guys sexually harass Vibs?
I think
that. I
Vibs
feel
sexually
like we-
harasses us
I
by
think
talking
we-
about his dick all the fucking
Not
time.
in the workplace.
Okay.
Vibs talks about his dick more than any human on earth.
Is Vibs allergic to like everything? I feel like
Yes.
he's that type of guy.
He sneezes. Literally, he's PFT sitting in his seat right now, and he sneezes more during the Sirius show than any human I've ever heard on live radio. I'll be in the middle of a speaking, and all of a sudden you just hear a hush. I'm like, Jesus, is the guy dead over there? I don't know what's going on. He might have the AIDS.
I like Vibs. He's different than everything else we have.
The world or just Barstool?
No, just everything. Like you need more. You need more Vibs. You need more unique cats.
Vibs and I've never truly understood the
Yeah,
Vibs.
you don't mess with Vibs, and I kind of like that.
I don't understand the Vibs. I don't completely understand.
I like Vibs. I'm a
think
Vibs guy.
He has one-liners that come in off the top rope that are just absolutely beautiful. But that's the only time we ever talk, he and I. So it's like what? Probably all of his lines combined. It's probably 4 minutes out of my entire day is Vibert and I talking to each other.
You need to go on like a retreat with Vibs.
No, that would never happen.
Yeah, you do.
I ain't got
Yeah,
time.
you do.
That's
You
what I
need
was
to go
talking
like, yeah.
I was talking to my brother last night. I was just calling him.
ain't got
He's like,
time.
man, I need to come visit you in India. I'm like, why? What's up? He's like, I need to hang out with Vibs. He's like, his one-liners, he's the funniest motherfucker I've ever heard in my life.
His one-liners are incredible, but he doesn't do anything else. I don't know what else he does. I have no idea. I don't.
That's Mitch Hedberg made a really nice living off that.
I agree completely.
Rick
but
Riley, too.
Yeah, Rick Riley as well.
Rick Riley's tweets are incredible.
By the way, Rick Riley, for as much shit as we give him, that dude got fucking paid.
By who?
By ESPN. So ESPN bought his contract out from Sports Illustrated. This is what, like 2009, 2010,
Yeah.
something like that. And they're like, this is going to be a game changer. He's going to make ESPN.com the sports destination. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I used to get Sports Illustrated delivered to my house. I would read Rick Riley's column, and
Every
then
single
I would
what was
read
it called again?
The Final Word. or
Life
something
with
like that?
Riley?
Life with Riley. Yeah.
That was what it was.
So, and then I would read like the numbers that said like this week's sign, the apocalypse is on us or whatever. Those would be the only.
Don't
two
forget the
sections.
pictures at the front.
The pictures at the front too.
Gotta,
yeah.
gotta read the pictures.
But Rick Riley was supposed to be a game changer, so they paid him. I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but I think it was like $4 million, $5 million a year
I'll tell you. I'll look it up.
to go to ESPN and just be a columnist on ESPN.com. And
Holy
there's no columnist in the world that's worth.
Oh
that
no!
much
And he
money.
also did like he like found all the Tom Brady's in Massachusetts, like those kind of fun little
Right,
things
he-
on Monday Night Football.
Like
He
the
was-
Kenny Mayne stuff.
yeah,
almost.
like oh, this guy's also named Tom.
Kenny
Brady.
Mayne disappeared out of nowhere.
No, he's still around.
Is he?
Kenny's still kicking out west. Yeah.
I enjoyed some Kenny Mayne stuff
Oh,
every
his
once in a while.
SportsCenter
$3
shit was
million a
great.
year for Rick.
Yeah, $3 million a year for Rick, and then what Rick Riley started to do when he got to ESPN, he got like frustrated because I guess he felt like his columns weren't getting. I don't know exactly why you would get frustrated getting
Well, he
paid
played
$3
for-
million
yeah.
to write, but he started just copying and pasting his old columns and just plagiarizing himself
Not a bad move.
Play the
on
hits.
his new one, and then they're like, all right,
Play the hits.
They're like, all right, yeah, just tooth jokes all over the place, crocodile dentist references everywhere.
Dude, I have no idea who the fuck he is, to be honest with you.
I don't mind revamping an old bit up.
Well, I like how PFT grew up reading Rick Riley, and I grew
Dude.
up reading PFT and Drew McGarry at KSK.
How old are you?
32.
You grew up
So
reading.
you just didn't know how to read until
Yeah,
you
it took
were
me a
like
while.
28.
Took me a while.
I don't understand. I respect and appreciate the people that read stuff, but like Sports Illustrated, I never got into. Like,
You didn't.
Today,
Rick Riley was like,
today, old buddy walked in there, and I didn't know who any of them motherfuckers were. By the way, not a single one.
for the journalism
the
combine.
first guy, who was it?
That was Albert Breer.
Okay,
NFL Network. Right?
okay.
MMQB.
yeah.
You did Sports Illustrated.
You got to read up, son.
Nah,
What was the last thing you read, Pat?
I mean, I read Twitter.
Okay, you read
Okay,
tweets.
that's, yeah.
I read tweets. I read my notifications often. I read through like what's trending. I read that. But when it comes to long term stuff, I too ADD.
You don't read before you go to bed?
You don't like to curl up
Get
in a
that
good
learn
book?
on, man.
I don't know if you're being serious. Right?
I do, yeah.
I write a lot.
I go to like longreads.com and I usually get like a paragraph in and I fall asleep, but that's reading.
I do that with movies and shows. I did that with The Push last night. The Push show.
Did you like it?
I fell asleep. It was boring the shit out of me. I didn't understand.
The ending was pretty good, but yeah, during it was
See,
a little slow.
We joke, but like you do got to read
No.
because it helps. It helps you get funnier. It helps
Yeah.
you find things.
But
that
when I
are,
lose
you
it,
know-
I'm gone. When I lose it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't know.
just being exposed to like different people's
Right.
thoughts. It helps you think in a different way. I like to read a lot of nonfiction just so I can make like weirder references sometimes. Like I remember I read.
I watch a lot of documentaries.
Watched a shitload of documentaries. You know that book? I think it's called. Well, the movie was called The Vertical Limit. Oh, Into Thin Air.
Yeah.
is what it was called.
John Krakauer.
John Krakauer. Yeah, about like these dudes that climb K2, the mountain.
Yeah.
No, it's
And-
Everest.
No, I think it was K2.
Was it?
Oh no, you're right. It was
I read that
Everest.
wrong.
K2 is
No,
spice,
you're right.
right? K2 is that shit you smoke.
K2 is synthetic marijuana.
Yeah.
Honey Badger wrote that.
Yeah, it was
book.
Everest before Everest was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no, it
I
was right when Everest was like becoming a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And just reading that book and reading all the different words that he used for ice just totally like expanded my mind a little bit.
I
Made
can
me
respect
think like
that.
if this dude can write, 50,000 words about ice and make it interesting, then I can fucking write about what happened in the NFL last week and make it interesting.
I can respect that a lot, especially because you're a professional writer. At your first gig was a professional writer. You as well. You did a lot of blogging as well. You've moved over to the audio game. I like documentaries a lot. It's tough for me to get into reading. I never read a book my entire life. So now I'm at the point where it's like, do I hang on to this? Do I die on this hill? that
No,
I've
you
never
got to
read a
read,
book?
man. Like we do make fun of it, like as a ha ha ha, like readings for nerds. But it really does help you. It helps you get smarter and funnier.
But isn't documentaries doing the same goddamn thing?
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah. Actually, Pat, I'm with you. I say double down on what's worked for you. You should start burning books now.
I don't think so.
You know,
Get rid of the
Burn
words.
books.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so. Did you watch any Dahmer stuff? I've been big into Dahmer because he came up on Netflix real quick.
No, but did you watch the
My friend Dahmer?
No, the serial killer show on
Oh,
Netflix?
yeah.
I did, yeah.
Mindhunter.
How to Catch a
Mindhunter,
Murder.
yeah, it's
No,
pretty
I haven't seen
No,
that.
mine-
It's good. You'd like it a
Mindhunter's
lot.
good,
You should watch that.
I'm into that. I enjoy the brain, how the vast different.
You'd love
humans-
Mindhunter.
I enjoy the brain a lot. That's why I like Dr. Phil. I fuck
It's
hard.
the
with
story
Dr.
of
Phil.
like the FBI like figuring out what exactly a serial killer is.
Did you fucking ever watch the one about the Iceman?
No.
Yes, that was a great one on HBO back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Richard
Chuck Liddell?
Kokinski.
Yeah, that dude killed like hundreds of people.
What the fuck's a Chuck Liddell? Entourage. Worst quote from drama. Can't be saying it. Get your ass kicked in a cage.
No, you know what? You're quoting Entourage. You don't need to read. You good?
He's only seen Entourage. He's seen Avatar and Santa Claus 2.
By the way, Avatar is also, I've heard, what's that movie with the socks?
Oh yeah,
Metal
that movie
Jacket.
with the socks.
No, the Tin Cup guy, Kevin
Costner.
Kevin Costner's in it. It's
Draft
a
Day.
Native American movie.
Dances with
Dances
Wolves.
with
That's the Wolves.
That one. That's Avatar, right? I've heard that's the same storyline. So I've watched two movies basically.
Well, it's like a
haven't
biblical
seen
storyline too,
What?
like the Tree of Life and all that
Avatars.
stuff.
It's also like exactly like Pocahontas.
Yeah.
It's also like Iraq.
yeah, it's a. If you read, you'd know that that's
watch
like a
one
very
movie,
long-standing
it's 5
storyline.
branches.
Yeah.
Unobtainium seems to be a war that we're in.
Then I don't have to ever watch Avatar because I've
What's it-
seen
what's it
Dance
called,
with
a-
Wolves 3 times.
What's it called? A motif?
You've seen
Yeah,
it. You've
or
seen
no,
Avatar.
trope?
You've seen
Trope,
Avatar.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen Avatar.
It's an allegory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a theme.
I've not seen.
It's an
Avatar.
anagram.
I think
Hester
we're,
Moffat. The rest of me.
I've never. That's a,
I
it puts the
deliver with
lotion in the
some
skin.
fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I'm more into.
You watch weird shit, huh? You watch weird.
Silence of the Lambs not weird.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a top.
Red
5,
Dragon.
top 10.
Hot take. Red Dragon. I liked it more than Silence. of the
Red
Lambs.
Dragon was the shit with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Philip Seymour Hoffman, by the way. Charlie Wilson's War. Great
Yeah.
job. in
Top
that.
Also,
5 actor.
Breaking news. He's dead.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, top
Chris
5 actor
Farley?
of all time.
Chris Farley.
How about Dockich? That
Dude,
was a
Dockich
tough look.
Dockage saved it all by saying he likes Andrew Dice Clay more than Chris Farley.
Yeah,
That's maybe the most hilarious take of all time.
Hickory dickory dock.
Bada bing, bada boom.
how about when he would take his cigarette from around his head with his leather jacket on and the fucking biker gloves, and he
Yeah.
would smoke around his head, and that was what a guy.
Game changer.
Old Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet.
He was a very aggressive guy.
The Dice Man.
Good for him.
man.
He was living a good life
He
there
was
for a
good
while.
at Johnny's
for him.
Bananas though.
He's back.
I don't
bro.
think
He's
Andrew
doing hard
Dice
right
Clay
now.
saved his money.
No,
Doesn't seem like
I saw that reality TV show. Did you
Yeah,
see
that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like that's the arc. You just don't save your money, and then someday someone will give you a reality TV show where everyone feels bad for you.
Yep, it happened. What's that one where wife swap? Coolio was on there, and boy, the Gangster's Paradise did really well.
He's
I
still
thought.
hanging on to the dreads though, and he's like fully bald.
Yeah, and he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He just like goes ahead and leaves like he's still
Isn't
on top of the
isn't
game.
the blind guy like that?
Stevie
Brett-
Wonder.
Stevie Wonder,
Doesn't
yeah.
he still have dreads? And he's
Is he
Maybe
blind?
blind.
Is he
No,
blind?
no, he's not. We've discussed that he's not blind.
Hold on, who we talked to? Nick Thune. He was in
Stevie Wonder. Have you ever been to a Stevie Wonder concert?
No.
Stevie Wonder's unbelievable. Maybe I don't want to say top 5 artists of all time, but he's pretty fucking close.
Top 5 songwriter of all time, maybe.
I went to
Yeah.
a Stevie Wonder concert, and everyone was having fun, like the most fun.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Have you not listened to Stevie Wonder?
No.
Stevie Wonder is unbelievable.
What's
He's got
the song?
hits on hits on hits on hits.
What he?
Isn't she lovely?
That's it.
That's Stevie, yeah.
I heard a song from
speaking-
Steve Wynn today.
Speaking of Coolio,
Steve Winwood.
yeah.
That guy. Did you ever hear him?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
it, Coolio?
Speaking of
Higher
Coolio, Stevie Wonder wrote the melody to Gangsta's Paradise. That was his song.
Yeah.
Wow. How about
I got
Amish?
something that brand new for that ass. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great song.
Another fucking underrated Coolio track.
Amish Paradise, I think, really signified. We talked about Weird Al a couple shows ago, and how it wouldn't work nowadays.
No, he's back. Weird Al's back.
Well,
Really?
it does work. It's Mike Greenberg. He does like those. Yeah, no.
You mean Mike and Mike Green?
Who's
Yeah,
Mike
actually, the
Greenberg?
meanest thing that ever was said to us and PFT is I met Mike Greenberg. He lives like right next to the New York office.
Really?
And I saw him at Starbucks, and he was like, "What song did he say that he loved?"
Oh,
There was some parody song.
he liked our version of Sarah McLachlan's "I Will Remember You," but we did one for Mike and Mike when they
Yeah. He was
up.
like, I love that. That reminded me exactly of the stuff I used to do. And we're just like, shit.
Omaha, fucking Audible. They
Where's
did
he
pretty
gone?
well. Mike and Mike did pretty well.
Where's
there.
he gone though? I haven't seen him.
He's
since
got
they
his
split.
show coming out in April.
Oh, so he took a nice
he's
little break
he's
off.
literally like, I see him at the Starbucks every now and then. He lives.
They hated each
one
other
block
pretty
away.
heavy.
Yeah, towards the end, once Greeny started getting like paid some serious money, and Golick felt like I think Greeny also he did a disservice to Golick by trying to like get his own show, and like he did that behind Golick's back, from what we know.
But I hope that I'm at some point in that spot where like 20 years from now, it's like I've been getting paid well for 20 years. And so if something, ends poorly, it's like I hope I have the wherewithal to look back and be like, I had a pretty fucking good run.
He's gonna leave you.
Great run.
Pretty good run.
We're on Team Golick in this though.
Yeah.
just want to make that
We
clear.
are.
So Greeny's
Who's
been
that?
kinda-
The other guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Mike.
Yeah, fuck that.
Greeny's been like locked in a chamber. They've been keeping
Fuck
him
that
under
guy.
wraps.
Legit.
because-
No,
Fuck
the
that guy.
Golics are a barstool family, so
Yeah,
you cannot
fuck
say
them.
that. No,
Yeah, it's
no,
cool.
no,
Yeah, I wanted to kill the
Nope.
our man on the internet,
Nope.
Twitter. R.I.P.
Nope.
Mike Golick.
Nope.
I wanted to make that a trending topic.
Nope. You
What,
cannot
what
do
did he
that.
say that pissed you off?
He told me that I should never open my mouth and talk and all this shit whenever I explained why Griff Whalen shouldn't be getting death threats from Colts fans after that fake punt, because everybody was on either Team Chuck or Team Grigson, and he was on Team Chuck, I guess. So he talked about how a punter should not even be talking or anything like that. And I was like, no
Well-
big deal, Mike Golick. Hold on, though. No big deal, Mike Golick. And then that weekend, I give away tickets to every home game, and that was before Twitter's algorithm, and I would make a trending topic just with one hashtag. I'd ask a question like, what's the room temperature right now to the 10th decimal, right? So it would be like 4,000 guesses just by probably 100, 200 people. It would be a trending topic, right? So it would be like my room temp or whatever, hashtag my room temp, and I'd be getting like tweets in Japanese and shit, like, because it would be trending. This is before Twitter figured out that you can't just, now you just buy for trending topics. But back then you had to earn them with a bunch of tweets. And I was going to have hashtag RIP Mike Golick and have that trend worldwide and have him have to come out and say he wasn't dead. And it was going to be because of me. Yeah, I wanted him.
So the thing about Golick is you would probably like him a lot if you guys sat down and talked. And that's the beautiful thing about Twitter. It's like a reverse dating app. It's like people that can find other people that they hate online. It's like people just go on there other just to like get into an argument, and then it snowballs into something where now you guys actually do hate each other.
No, I definitely hate him. I don't know if he hates me or not, but I definitely hate him. He doesn't even know I exist.
Give him a second chance. Give him a second chance.
Nah.
I don't like. Well, I don't want to say I don't like Wingo. I'm just gonna say I miss Mike and Mike.
So you like the Ridge.
I like the Ridge. That kind of chemistry will never be duplicated.
Greeny was good at hosting, I think, right? Wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was the driving force around
Consummate host.
I think he was good. I enjoyed that show a little bit. I listened to it every once in a while. It took over the sports world there for a while. They were everywhere, fucking everywhere. Just like what you guys have done. Pardon my take.
We're the new Mike and Mike.
Yeah,
We should. You know what we should do? The best thing that Mike and Mike had going for them was that they had the same name. That's why the show became popular.
Yeah.
One of us needs to change our
PFT
name.
and PFT.
Yeah.
You're going to change your name?
Yeah, I'll do PFT.
You are a slimmer fella now. You're no longer a big cat. You're just an average sized cat.
I'm still working.
To get smaller?
Yeah.
How small do you want to be? Like a model? Is New York catching up to you right now?
No, I just need the energy. I've said it a million times. I get more energy. It's not like rocket science, but when I'm fat, I'm slow and I feel like I wake up and I'm like, When you take off a couple pounds off the knees, off the back,
I agree with that.
it feels a little bit better.
When you're healthier, you feel life is a lot better.
Yeah.
When you seem to be a little healthier.
It's really stupid that I ever let myself get like.
But
if you
food
look at
tastes so good, dude.
You look at pictures of me when I started at Barstool. I was like actually in shape. I was in like good shape. I worked out all the time.
But how good is food?
It's not even food. It's content. Just kills me. It's like when you go to the gym. It's like, all right, what'd I miss?
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
an
like
hour
pizza,
away.
though. I like pizza a lot. That's what gets me.
kinda
Pizza
over
and sandwiches. Well, you should be. You're on a diet right now. You're not allowed to eat pizza, so it's probably a good move.
Good point.
To be over that. Look at you committed.
Trying.
What's the diet you're on?
I just don't eat.
You eat only meat.
Yeah, it works pretty well. Starve yourself.
Just try puking.
No,
That
it's
works
Tim
too.
Ferriss. I told you about. You would love to have Tim. Yeah, you need to get Tim Ferriss on this podcast.
All right, I'll text him.
He's
Ooh, you should do steroids, Big Cat.
yeah, I heard they're hot.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah,
You
they're
have a
readily
barely
available in your
even- you have a
office
few-
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
a few layers
Yeah.
on.
They're over there by the snacks. They're over there by the fucking snacks.
Yeah, we're all hopped up
They're
on
over there,
roids.
right by Smitty's desk.
Yep.
Jesus.
It's really easy to get them.
Do you guys have more bathrooms? Like, have they put in more
Nope.
bathrooms?
Nope. And I've
Have you pissed in sinks?
I'm about to,
No.
I'm about to start just wearing a diaper to work.
Maybe you should think about a union.
Not a bad move.
yes,
Ooh,
I
good
have
point.
not pissed in the sink, but there has been 2 times in the last 2 weeks
You've thought
where
about it.
all 5 bathrooms have been being used.
By who? Like, by people you don't know or by people you know? Because I think the thing would be, you guys have so many new heads in there on such a regular basis. And I would look around on
I
a
like
very
where you're going.
I would look around a lot and be like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And then if I'm in the middle of doing something and these people are just stacked up, I'm like, hey, waste of laundry detergent. Let's get the fuck out of the way here so I can piss. That'd
Yep.
be an issue.
Yep.
Because in that New York office, you guys have more people in there than I've ever. Like, what the
100
fuck
people.
do they do?
Dude, we have 100 people or something. It's crazy.
What does everybody in there do?
Data. I just say they do data.
Yeah, sales and
John
data.
Gruden wants to hear none of that fucking
he would
office
hate our
shit.
office. Yeah.
None of it.
Data.
What do all these guys do all day, man? Tell
Hey,
you
man.
what.
Hey, man.
We're gonna
Evening
tell
at-
you what. We're gonna take this Barstool thing back to 1998.
No internet.
It's gonna be a GeoCities site, man. Nothing wrong with the way we did it back in the day.
You enjoy Evening Yak?
I do. It's easy and it's it's fun. It's like the one outlet. What happens at Barstool is there's so much shit going on, and you don't Pardon My Take is so successful and it's still like my number one. You know what I mean? Like it's where my heart and my head go. But Evening Yak is just kind of spit. Say whatever you want. It's like it's an open mic once a day.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
and I have intentionally put as little planning into it as possible because I want it to be like that. You know.
That's the difference between live and podcast, though. Because who knows what the fuck could happen, will happen, can happen. Open phone lines, open Twitter, 6 to 7 Eastern time every single day. Barstool Power 85 Evening Yak. Pardon My Take, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Magical shit. The incredible brains of PFT commenter and Barstool Big Cat. I appreciate the hell out of your average ass, and you're a genius coming in here.
Love you guys.
That Geno Smith setup, I've talked about it. I lost my shit.
I mean, he set me up for it. Anytime you can get a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, talking about the Earth being flat, it's like I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like, I have to make fun of him for this, and it has to be good because this is such a primo setup that he's giving. Right
I
now.
love that you were on, though.
I wasn't happy that I nailed him. I was just more relieved that I was able to make something funny.
Oh my God, it was incredible. Just the fact that you're always on is so beautiful. That was PFT times 1,000.
And then
just all of a sudden
then
out
he
of
tweet
nowhere.
cucked me. Then he tweet cucked me big time.
Who, me?
Yeah, your shit got you tweeted out like a screen cap.
I showcased it.
Yeah, you showcased it. There you go. You aggregated my content.
Well,
Hey, BuzzFeed.
No. I think it's just an easier way for people to consume the content as opposed to scrolling through the whole
Yeah.
thing. My
No,
followers
You
were very
reveled him. You reveled him.
and I put his name in the thing,
did.
and I called him a genius.
You did. I don't care at all. Like I thought it was great. I thought it was funny what you did. It's
Well-
just like it was funny to see because that's when like people started to see what the actual thread was.
Yes, exactly. And I thought it was easier whenever you see the whole thing because you setting him up is one beforehand. I don't think it was an easily retweetable thing. I want that to be known, and I did want to make sure that people saw that your brain was incredible.
You know what? Sometimes it's funnier when people kind of discover it in a different way. Where so I'm not like promoting my own tweets or retweeting my own tweets. It's like somebody else discovers it, and then people are like, "Oh shit, yeah, I just found this. It's funny." Like
Yes.
it's better that way sometimes.
And I thought it very much deserved like its own billboard almost because it was I lost my shit because Twitter is something that a lot of people try, not a lot of people are good at, and the fact that you thought second level on it was just beautiful. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you. You sound like my agent. Do you want to be my guy?
Is your fucking agent here? Is
You
that guy
got-
still
he-
here?
he's not
Yeah,
here.
He did not look like an agent, by the way. He looks like he's a guy that
Well,
works
I'm not fucking, Hollywood here.
You kind of are, though. I mean, you
Not
have a
really.
guy. Yeah, you kind of.
He's actually the
This new
perfect-
diet,
He's
Don't
a
get it
perfect
twisted, we're
agent.
not
He's
Hollywood
actually
yet.
a football coach.
the
agent.
BMW coat.
Yeah,
he's
he's
an
a
agent.
football coach.
Do you own a
agent.
BMW?
A jacket.
It's a good jacket. Have you won a basketball game yet out here?
Yeah, I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll go play right now. Are we taking a break so that we can do the second half of this show?
No, it's
I'd like
over.
to talk about steroids.
We got a Winnie sponsoring the show now.
Winstraw.
Winstraw.
You don't pretend like you don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. How do you say that word?
Winnie,
Winthral?
Steroids.
Steroids? Yeah.
Steroids.
All right. Well, we'll take that conversation offline. We got a lot to talk about, steroids wise.
All right. Good work, guys. Appreciate you coming out here.
Are you kicking us out?
Yep.
Thanks, Pat.
So should we leave?
Thanks for listening to the Pat McAfee Show.
Hit the music. Say hit the music.
Hit the music. Hit the music.
That was a good line.
Hit the music.
Ty hit the music.
Tie hit the music.
Nailed it. There it is. We hit the music. You guys hit the music.
The Pat McAfee Show is brought to you by Winstraw. If you want to feel younger and beat up a 39-year-old at a fight in West Virginia, Winstraw is the #1 product you should use. You'll feel stronger, better, faster, and you can beat anyone up with just a few punches.
You will
Winstraw,
win.
You will win, guaranteed. 2-0 in rough and rowdy fights.
It is not lost straw for a reason.
There it
is
is.
win straw.
2.5 Rick Riley boots.
Use promo code at I am Rappaport.
That's hysterical. I love those dudes, man. I do. Those brains are incredible, and they've done nothing but great things and been nice to us out here at Barstool Heartland. They've been so kosher. Big Cat, PFT, Hank, Liam, the whole group. The Pardon My Take group is a smart one. I'm very, very happy to be friends with them. I think we can all agree
Let's
with that.
not underestimate how nice we've been to them too.
It's a very cordial relationship.
We get along well. Middleman Dan is the reason why I work at Barstool and got offered a contract, and I'm very thankful for him. He watched my DVD, my first DVD. He actually watched it. That's how we became friends. So Dan and I, Big Cat and I, have known each other for a long time, and I respect the hell out of them, man. I respect and I appreciate their conversation. #NGang, #NGame. Send a photo of your favorite John Gruden something. It's got to be a John Gruden something.
How about Brad Johnson?
John Gruden and Brad Johnson together. Send your favorite photo or GIF or anything of John Gruden and Brad Johnson or John Gruden doing anything. Just any John Gruden anything. Go ahead and send that in. We appreciate and respect it. He's not using old school technology. He's not using new school technology.
We're talking about Spider 2 White Banana.
Huh? Cuz that works against anybody. We got 4 plays. We got 4 plays.
4th place.
4 plays.
4th place.
Quattro plays.
4th place.
I, Jackie Boone, will fight a bear. I got a ring too.
We should get a fucking pool stick sponsor.
You know what? I think pool had a good run. Billiards had a good run. Back when the Black Widow was on ESPN, just slicing and dicing.
I love when I see a guy walking around downtown heading to a pool fucking with his own stick on his back, just his own fucking cue.
A loaded 6-string on his back.
You know
Yeah.
you're fucked when they pull out. They're a fucking
Oh,
person.
this guy's got his own stick. I'm going home.
I'll tell you what, I love a good roll on the table to showcase whether or not it's a straight. And then I chalk, by the way, with my foot.
Oh, yeah, that's classic chalk move.
Yeah, I chalk with my foot. Hold the tip, chalk, and then lean it, and then chalk with my foot. One foot. I let people know that I've done time.
It's not just a teardrop fucking tattoo, okay? It's real. Look at my stick get fucking
12,
chopped up.
12 hours, cuz. 12 hours. Thought about Shawshank about halfway through when I was in jail.
You ready to fucking escape, go to a beach and remake a boat.
Get me out of here, I said. By the way, I'm not reading. Like, Big Cat wants me to read. That's not going to happen.
He almost convinced me, but then I remembered who I was.
Yeah.
Your documentary theory.
You're more of a pamphlet guy.
definitely fine.
You're more of a pamphlet guy. Not
That's
a
what I
book.
think. He wanted me to learn, and I was like, I watch a lot of documentaries.
I will read a pamphlet.
Those are the new books.
Pamphlets or documentaries?
You should read some blogs, Pat, because it's like
I do read a lot of blogs.
nice and short.
Here's a blog I wrote on a scroll if you want to read this.
Is it about Will Smith?
If you would open it up like a fucking Declaration of Independence.
Here's a blog for you. A little stat from a blog. Fact check. Sexual performance issues are more common than you think. Over 25% of new ED cases are guys under the age of 40, Sean.
Whoa.
40% of men by the age of 40 struggle from not being able to get and maintain an erection. Wow. Wow. You're not alone.
Let me
This
on top, boo-boo. I need gravity on my side.
Even the world's greatest actor can't fake a hard-on. Why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when they can turn instead to medicine and science? Ever heard of it?
Hello?
Ever heard of it?
Hello?
Science!
Excuse me, hard on.
Forhims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, you can take care of that erectile dysfunction, or ED. Hims is bringing medical-grade solutions directly to guys in need of a harder dick. Medical-grade solutions, real licensed doctors offering well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to give you erectile without the dysfunction. Not herbal supplements. We're talking prescription solutions backed by science. One ED pill starting with a V. Ever heard of it?
Hello?
Just came off of the patent on December 11th, which means that's a game changer because now everybody's got it. There's no waiting room. There's no awkward doctor visits. There's no line. Save hours of your life by going to forhims.com. So easy. Answer a few quick questions. A doctor will do a confidential review. Products are shipped directly to your door. Hello, hard dick again.
What up, boner?
Hey, how's it going, Jennifer? Hey, meet me and my new hard dick.
Listen, sometimes it's nice to be playing with a Louisville Slugger again.
Yeah.
Remember those days when you were younger and it was just a real game-on
A
situation.
nice cedar.
Step into the batter's box with an aluminum bat again. Severe ED isn't just an issue for rich old guys in bathtub. It affects men in their 30s and their 40s. Being your best means performing your best. No in-person doctor's visits, not anymore. Hard made easy. Say hello to your little friend. Try Hims for a month today for just $5. We'll get you started for just $5 while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/ED5. That's FORHIMS.com/ED5 for Hims/ED5.
I'm for sure getting some.
Sometimes I feel like they should call it for hers.
Yeah, because you're helping out a lot of
It's
people.
like, this
here.
is for you, boo-boo.
Yeah, this is a two-step process. For Hims is like a great place for everything you could potentially want in your life if you're a man and you want to be at the top of your game. But the erectile dysfunction thing, game changer. Go ahead. Get medical grade shit just right there.
Yeah, these pills are opening the fucking veins, blood flow coming in.
Diamond in an ice storm.
Yep. I always get ED after like 10 to 12 whiskeys, so I'm hoping this will help.
That's WD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's still erectile dysfunctioning.
there is an E involved for sure, but whiskey dick is its own thing.
You think these will help?
For sure. That's what this thing does. It's hard, made easy.
All right.
Forhims.com/ED5. By the way, now listen, the show was great. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you loved it. Every Thursday, we do a wrestling recap in the post show. Our friend Rip Rogers at Hustler2754 came in today. Nick Moraldo does a full run through what happened on Raw and SmackDown. Dylan Bostic, independent wrestler, came on for a little bit of a conversation. Robbie Fox from the New York office was there. And I did not get a chance to sit through the entire thing. I had to get up and leave to record some things for Pardon My Take in the Combine. So I was there for the conversation with Dylan Bostic. And then the entire wrestling recap is led by Rip Rogers, I believe, which is an entry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy this. Here's a little wrestling recap on Thursday. You've been listening to the Pat McAfee Show. I appreciate the hell out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the phone, independent wrestler, a monster all over the indie scenes, literally, and a guy who's been wrestling since he was 15, 16.
15 years old.
15 years old under Rip Rogers' tutelage. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Bostic. Okay, Dylan.
What is up? Thank you guys for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Dylan, you've been wrestling since you were 15 with Rip?
Man, I got in the ring the first time and started training at 12 years old. But I started wrestling on shows at 15. But I didn't meet Rip until I was, I think, 18. Because you had to have a license in Kentucky. And so I had to wait until I was actually 18 years old to wrestle down in OVW in Louisville.
So you're from Indianapolis?
I'm from Shelbyville, Indiana, so right outside of Indy.
Okay, so was your dad a wrestler? When you're 12, you start wrestling. When you're 15, you're in your first real match. Like, how do you get into it so early? You're just a super fan and then decide to get in the ring?
Well, my mom actually started dating an indie wrestler in my hometown, Shelbyville, Indiana.
My mom, mom, you don't date him. You just sucked her dick.
Yo,
I'm dating.
Rip, this has got to be PG.
Dating.
You got to be all positive.
Oh, okay. I'm
You
sorry. I
just
forgot
calm
about
down
that.
over there.
Okay,
this
I
is
will.
unbelievable what just
Calm
happened.
down, Rip.
We could always fucking flip it. What the fuck, you know?
So I
But
started
that was the
training, started training with them, started doing shows. And then later on down the road, I met my dad, which is Rip Rogers at OVW.
That is incredible. I don't think, Rip is not taking that shot out of experience. He does not know your mother before that, but you started wrestling for and underneath Rip's tutelage, and that's how it all came to be.
Yep, exactly.
And you called Rip your dad. Does that mean like you turned to Rip Rogers for advice in every situation?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rip and I talk almost every single day. Anything that I've got going on in my mind, when I'm struggling with wrestling and stuff, I call Rip because, he's been through it all and he has a ton of experience with this. So I always look to him for the right direction and the right answers.
How old are you now, Dylan?
I am 26.
Nice. 11 years wrestling in shows, Rip. That's a great start on everybody else, huh?
No shit. This motherfucker has fucking got it.
Really? He's really good, huh?
Well, I mean, he started so young, so he obviously failed. But that's how you get good at anything is by failing. So then you figure it all out. So all he does is just shut up and do what he's told. And he finally says, hey, I understand why that worked now.
So you've been wrestling for so long, and you finally got a workout with the WWE this past weekend. Is that right? You went down to the Performance Center and went through the ringer?
Yeah, so that was a surreal moment for me because the last time I was at WWE was 2012, and I had a match on SmackDown, but then, things happened, and I didn't hear back from the WWE this has been 6 years, so finally got another opportunity thanks to Rip to get down there and then show him what I have. So, that was just it felt like the first day again, like the first day I walked through the doors at OVW or the first day I walked through the doors at WWE. It was like first day again.
Really? Just awesome moment, huh?
Oh man, it was surreal. And the whole time it was going on, I was like, man, am I really here? I don't really know if this is actually happening right now or not, but yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome. Did you make the most of it down there?
Made the most of it, man. I gave them everything I had, and then, they really pushed me really, really hard, and they were on me a lot more than a lot of other people. I think I had a huge bullseye on my back just based on, Rip and, how well he put me over. So they really pushed me, and there was a couple times where I thought, man, I don't know if I have anything left, and then I gave even more than what I was already giving them. So,
well, listen to that speech there.
I think that's all you can do. There was a couple things I thought, you know what, I might actually die, and I was like, well, oh well.
Now, this sounds like a lot of babyface talking right now. Every time I follow you on social media, on Twitter at Dylan_Bostic, and you were going through quite a heel phase there for a long time. Everything you're saying right here sounds magical. What is the current state of your character on the indie scenes?
Well, people really get under my skin. So I know exactly what to do to get under people's skin. And that's kind of the game. You got to make them either love you or hate you. And there's pro athletes that, they're not playing a character or anything. They're just, a successful pro athlete, and people either love them or hate them. So no one's ever like in between with me. Either people really love me or hate me. But I definitely embrace the hate. Because, it's a lot easier to make a lot of people hate you than it is to make them like you, especially for me. I know people have, the natural ability to make everyone love them, but I don't have that trait. So,
hey, guys like us aren't for everybody, Dylan. That's just what you got to remember. We're not for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, I respect that. Are you enjoying the hell out of your wrestling career, and are you happy that you started it at such a young age, and are you happy that this is your dream?
Well, starting at a young age, it has its benefits and its downfalls. Like Rip said, I have a lot of experience, and half the guys that were down there as trainers and evaluating me, I've been in the ring with them. I've wrestled them. So you have a lot of experience on your belt, and you have a lot of experience on other guys. But at the same time, the downfall is you want things a lot faster. I'm 26 and I feel like, oh my God, I've been doing this forever. Like, when am I going to get my chance? When am I going to get my shot? And it kind of gets at you, and I get down and bitter. And that's when I call Rip and talk to Rip, and he reminds me, you're 26 years old. What are you crying about? And I'm like, man, I feel 40.
Hey, you got an old soul. You got a lot of miles on that body, cuzzo. You got a lot of miles.
A lot of miles, man. A lot of miles.
I respect that. Every single state, any other countries?
Yep. I do Canada regularly. Actually, this Saturday, I'm going to be defending a TV title in Canada and Quebec City.
Let's go.
So that'll be cool. But other than that, just all across the U.S., California, East Coast, Midwest, I'm all over the place.
That's like the old school wrestling, right? Like the indie scene?
That's
Rip?
what they're supposed to do.
Isn't that what it's like? Isn't the indie scene kind of like the old school wrestling, traveling around everywhere, putting on shows in cities?
Well,
TV champion, that's like an old school mindset, isn't it?
well, you would have each territory would have like a TV champion. It'd be like if you was in the Tampa territory, you would have TVs in Jacksonville, Miami, West Palm Beach, all up and down everything except the Panhandle, and you would be defending that TV title just in that state of Florida. Or you'd be the Georgia heavyweight TV champion before they had the cable at TBS and stuff like that. It's just another belt when you'd have a different time, usually a shorter time limit, so it was a faster pace thing.
Gotcha.
Usually a 15-minute time limit or something like that.
I love that. Dylan, what's next after Quebec? Are you going to keep pursuing? Did WWE call you back? Did they give you like a, hey, we'll see what happens? Are you going to continue to just dominate the indie scene, keep it moving? Because I enjoy all the stuff that you put out onto the internet, man. You put some videos of matches. You look beautiful. You're making people happy. Is that how you view it?
Like I was telling Rip, I'm not getting my hopes up. I know I definitely did my best down there. And I think that, they should give me a job with the WWE, and I definitely can benefit the company. But I'm not going to get my hopes up, because with being in wrestling for a long time, I know that there's a lot of letdowns in wrestling. So I'm just focusing on trying to do bigger and better things like throughout the year, even if it's on the indies. So I'm making moves, planning stuff out as if WWE wasn't even the thing that's going to happen. So hopefully the WWE, but they didn't give anyone answers. So we'll see. We'll see sometime in the near future what they say.
That's beautiful. I'm wishing for nothing but good luck for you, Dylan. It's been awesome being your friend, following along, watching your journey. 11 years into this thing with real matches. I think you need to keep going and go ahead and pursue that full dream. Make it happen. You deserve it. We all appreciate you greatly. I thank you for joining me today. I wish you were in studio so we could have some fun together, but I can't wait to see you. You're the man. Good luck with everything. At Dylan_Bostic, everybody.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it, man.
There's no free ads, but Dylan is wrestling in Shelbyville a week from Saturday. Remember, no free ads.
Indiana, my hometown. I'm making
and he's married to the lovely Raylan, the Platinum World Tour. There they go. The Justin Bieber Professional Wrestling and the Barbie doll.
Hey, listen, no free ads. Shelbyville, Indiana, next Saturday, hometown guy coming back, putting on a show.
That's right. He's got to sell his merch, baby, and he's over.
And he's
Let's
over.
move that merch. Let's move that
This
merch.
kayfabe, what kayfabe your mom, what I said about her dating.
Yikes! Don't say that. All right, let's get out of here.
Yikes.
Thank you. Yikes. See you, Dylan.
Got the yikes
Thanks,
shirt on,
Pat.
baby.
All right, Rip, you're up, buddy.
Okay, hey, it's great. It's the Rip Rogers fucking show now. Pat's gone. He slipped in the goddamn bathroom, the old motherfucker. I think he hurt his good fucking leg. So the $1 million legs, the goddamn 10-cent fucking leg. I got fucking Robbie here. I got Nick here. And we're ready to talk about fucking pro fucking wrestling right here. And I'm happier than fuck because goddamn Pat ain't here. Give me the Iggy. No, you can't say this. You can't do that. So fucking let's talk about all this shit, fucking Nixon. Let's do it, baby. What's up?
How did I end up here? All right.
What's fucking up, man?
Rip, we got to talk about John Cena. John Cena was the big news this week on both shows. He started out on Raw, said he's got no WrestleMania moment, calls out The Undertaker, and then just baited everybody, said it's not going to happen. Goes over to SmackDown, tries to weasel his way into the title match, ends up having to take on AJ Styles to get into that title match, beats AJ Styles. He's now into the title match at the pay-per-view. Robbie, what's going on here?
Listen, the John Cena WrestleMania storyline has been very well done. I think it's been very interesting. I have an issue with it, though, and I think my issue with it is that the end game, I believe, is The Undertaker. I think he's going to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The Undertaker is going to come out of retirement for the billionth time, and he hasn't had a good match since WrestleMania 29, basically. A good WrestleMania match, at least. So every time he's doing this, I'm just like, man, I could tell that this is a well-done storyline, but I don't want to see John Cena versus The Undertaker. I never want to see The Undertaker at WrestleMania ever again. I was there last year, and I clapped, and when he, put his boots in the middle of the ring, I chanted, "Thank you, Taker," and whatnot. I'm just tired of it. The man can't work. He's the dead man, and he literally looks like a dead man.
I don't disagree. You're right. I mean, it's just like, how many times are they going to go to the well here and bring him back?
No, the WrestleMania streak is the biggest thing in the world. He was 21-0, and now he's going to retire at 32-12. It's ridiculous.
Rip, what do you think? This is definitely happening, right? They wouldn't just put it out there and then not let it happen.
Well, look at this. All of a sudden, everybody who's on Cena's ass for something, yay, boo, yay, boo. Now you've got this roller coaster of emotions of him throwing this shit out there. Now, is he a baby face or a heel? All of a sudden, the same goddamn characters are pretty fucking interesting, aren't they? You're going, holy shit, what are they going to do with this? It's like us watching goddamn Bonanza. For those of you remember what fucking Bonanza was. The whole fucking,
kind of, yeah.
Well, that was before you were born, so what the fuck, right?
You're really dating yourself here, buddy.
I'm fucking old. Yeah. Well, you guys are fucking young punks. I wish I was your goddamn age.
Do you like Rip? Do you like John Cena, Rip?
Oh, I love John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you work with him in OVW at all?
I remember the first day he was there. He was just happier than fuck. He'd come in from California. He was putting the ring up, fucking whistling. We was in Freetown, Indiana. Probably about fucking 80 goddamn fucking people there, and he was just in a good fucking mood because he was in the wrestling business and he fucking loved it. Now here's this guy who's been pushed for how long? Impeccably dressed. What a fucking body. What a goddamn attitude. Anything for the fucking country or the fucking company. And there's hardly any dirt on him in today's fucking world. Fuck, I'd be there 3 goddamn minutes. There'd be so many fucking shit wrong with me, lawsuits. I'd be thrown in fucking jail or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. I think some of his best qualities are also the things that people hate most about him.
Right, and then what it is everyone looks at him, every guy looks at him, I hate that motherfucker, he's built. I hate that motherfucker. I know my girlfriend wants to fuck him. I hate that motherfucker, he's smarter than me. I hate that motherfucker, he goes, fuck, he's everywhere, he's in fucking movies. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. He's a jealous motherfucker. If they saw him, oh, hi, John, can I have your autograph? Shit, that motherfucker's a fucking superhero. Get fucking real. But we was talking about
love John Cena.
Yeah,
he's always been one. I mean, he's
yes.
legitimately one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He might be in my top 5 all time.
And you got to remember,
the very beginning.
And when we're talking about, well, this is what. Look, if Vince says wear these stupid shoes, you're getting a check. Wear these stupid pants, you're getting a check. Get all these fucking T-shirts, and you can help design them because you're getting a fucking check, right? Work the way I want you to do this, and I want you to do that stupid thing, the hand gimmick or whatever, blah, 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 because I'm getting you over and I'm fucking paying you, and he's worth $40 million or whatever, and the checks don't goddamn bounce. He's the smartest motherfucker in the world, right? And if you want to, he can get his dick sucked by any goddamn bitch in the world or young men, whatever the fuck turns you on. I don't have any idea. But anyway.
All right, well, that took a turn.
Yes, it took. Yes, but we was talking about The Undertaker, right?
Yes.
It's like this. I want to see Michael Jordan in his prime. I don't want to see him when he's older and he can't jump as high. He's a step slow. Now all of a sudden he misses the open jumper. You know what I mean? The guy fucking breaks his ankle on the move, or it used to be the other way, fucking around. You know what I mean? So it's not sad, but you want to remember him at his best. You want to remember him when he was a fucking freak of about 6'9", athletic motherfucker, could walk the rope, could work like a goddamn small guy.
I agree, but isn't this what wrestling's all about? Is that nostalgia feeling and bringing a lot of guys like I mean, Hogan before his little incident kept coming back, and all these guys. It's how they stay relevant, and a lot of people, as bad as it is sometimes in the ring, a lot of people enjoy it just for the moment. Like a lot of people will love it just to see that entrance at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they do for sure, especially if it's your first WrestleMania. You know, you see The Undertaker. He's the legend. He's finally in front of you. For me, I've been at WrestleMania 29. I was at 31. I was at 33. I'll be at this year's. It's just, it does nothing for me anymore. And I have nothing but respect for The Undertaker, one of the all-time workers, obviously. But it's just, he's tainting his own legacy when he keeps coming back like this. And now you're going to start to build up where you have more bad WrestleMania matches than good. And, like, what's the point of that?
Well, the thing about that is good, bad, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
And secondary, he's just doing as his boss wants him to do. He's going to tell him, he said, look, I know you haven't worked in a year or whatever, but just go out there and give it your best. You're still the goddamn Undertaker. You know what I mean? And people have grown up, they're thinking, I get to see the Undertaker's last match. Jesus Christ. I wish I could watch Willie Mays his last fucking at bat. Mickey fucking Mantle. See Dr. J playing his last fucking game. You know what I mean? Or here we are, Pat McAfee in his last game as the Colts before he told Rickson to go fuck himself. But anyway, we didn't want to bring that up or anything like that. But and I'm rambling. But it is my show because goddamn Pat ain't here. So what the fuck?
That's right. It is your show. But let's move on. Let's talk about the other half of that championship match. On SmackDown, Baron Corbin took on Sami Zayn with Robbie, your boy KO. He was ringside doing the commentating. I gotta say, I wasn't really impressed with him on the commentating on the mic. He was little, he seemed a little. I know it's PG, but he seemed a little cheesy on there. But the whole element was good, I think. Not necessarily his vocabulary, but like the element of having him out there was good. And then of course Dolph Ziggler comes in with the super kick and takes out KO.
Yep. So this was chaos. You know, it's they're building up that huge main event, which is now like it's practically a Royal Rumble. But I thought this was all good. It is getting to the point where I'm ready for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to move on from what they're doing here. I don't know if I'm ready for them to implode and face each other, which I think is probably going to happen. But I'm ready for this current storyline to enter its next phase, and it feels like we're starting to reach the point where I think a lot of other people are feeling the same way, where they're like, all right, we've seen everything that they're doing now already.
Rip, your take?
Hey, Kevin's just playing a part. He's just doing, if he's told to be cheesy, he's cheesy. He's a pro. He knows what the hell's going on. He knows, and he's doing what's asked of him. What's going to happen is after the thing's over, now you're going to book backwards, and the movie's going to make sense. But right now, you're what the fuck's next? Holy shit! Why did he do that? Well, it's all going to come out. It's all going to fucking come out. We're going to sit there, and you're going to have the goddamn TV turn on every week. Holy shit! Why did he do that? And 2 weeks later, oh, that's why he did that. Now this makes sense. Sure does.
Okay, so that's a good point. We've been talking a lot about company guys today. Let's go over to Raw and let's talk about Roman Reigns, because he came out with a little bit of a shoot there on Brock Lesnar and said, basically called him a piece of crap who hides behind his contract, says, I'm sick of it. All the guys in the back are sick of it. You got to respect this business. We're here every night. He shows up when he wants to. What'd you think about that, Robbie?
Best promo of his career. Like, without a doubt, he's never been good on the mic. He has shown good little sparks here and there where you're like, oh, that was good. And every time he does cut a good promo, it's because it feels natural. At least I feel. Whenever it sounds like Roman Reigns, the person, is talking and not Roman Reigns, the wrestler, is talking, I relate more to him and I like him more, and it starts to blur that line and fades muddies the water. Now it felt like, a quote unquote shoot. I don't think any part of it was a shoot. Now it's coming out that, Brock Lesnar apparently was there, and maybe they sent him home. Maybe they intentionally kept him off to get the cheers for Roman, but it worked. Roman put it out there where he was like, Lesnar is hiding behind his contract. Guess what? We're 6 weeks from WrestleMania. He couldn't show up to Raw. I think that's a great approach to take, because in 2018, the main thing the modern fan cares about is, are you a good worker? Do you care about the business? That's why I feel like a lot of the indie guys have succeeded and are basically running WWE now, because we've gotten to watch their climb and we've gotten to see the sacrifices they make. And that was part of the reason why people didn't love Roman Reigns in the beginning, because he kind of got hot-shotted real quick. Now people are realizing this kid does love the business. He's wailed within me, but he does love the business. He is willing to make sacrifices. He is here day in and day out, putting on phenomenal matches. So I thought this was brilliant on all sides. Still not really looking forward to Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think it'll probably be a great match. The first match was great, but everyone else in that Elimination Chamber, I thought, had a better storyline to face Brock Lesnar. But this was, a step in the right direction.
Rip, how'd you feel about the shoot?
Well, you got the goddamn Brock Lesnar. Jesus Christ, what an athlete. And he can tell everybody else, hey, first of all, you motherfuckers, they're paying me because, excuse me, I was a UFC champion. Excuse me, I went over and played some pro football, and I didn't even play in college. Excuse me, I am a physical freak. Excuse me, I'm an NCAA fucking wrestling champion, and none of you fucking were. You guys go fuck yourself because you're goddamn jealous. And excuse me, if you'd be having the deal that I had, you'd be doing it goddamn too. So Brock could laugh and say, ha, ha, ha. And he threw them pictures out there of him and Dana White, which is fucking awesome.
No, I agree.
It's fucking genius.
I agree on both
Brock
fronts.
has always been such a good negotiator. Like, whenever his WWE contract is coming up, there's always UFC rumors.
That's
Whether
right.
they're true or not, he knows that he's going to get the most money out of both parties.
That's right.
And what I thought about this was that, he didn't say anything that no one didn't already know, in a sense, but I thought he delivered it well, and I thought it needed to be said. It sets up Roman, like you said, Robbie, it makes Roman look that much better going into this match and kind of gives him, hopefully, some fan support, and it makes it a true good guy versus bad guy type situation.
Well, Roman's...
Yeah, it's a bit of the elephant in the room, where, like, Lesnar's contract situation is known by all of us. It's the internet. We're in this day and age. Like, nothing's a secret anymore. So the fact that they were kind of skirting around it on television, it seems like, you're treating your fans like idiots. So Roman just said what we were all thinking.
Well, whoever gave him the ammo for that promo was really, really fucking good. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
Roman showed you some goddamn emotion. And he's really a nice fucking guy. He really is.
It seems that way. Yeah.
Yes. And then he's portraying a character, but he's really a nice motherfucker. And that's all there is to it. And Brock's like the devious, jacked up, athletic Eddie Haskell, if you knew that was from Leave It to Beaver from the 50s, but what the fuck, right? And Brock got that shit-eating grin on his face.
Oh, man. Picturing him as a giant little kid, that's messing with my head. All right, the other big moment from Raw, we got to talk about Ronda Rousey came out. She basically said, I want this more than anything, but I've never been slapped before in my life. I refuse to be disrespected, and I'm no one's property. She basically called out Stephanie McMahon and the Authority. They come out. Kurt Angle comes out. Kurt Angle calls it a mistake, said he must have misheard them. He's been sick. What's your take on this? Where are we going here with this angle?
I think we're definitely doing a mixed tag at WrestleMania with the two Olympians, Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle, against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Do I love this match? No. Obviously, they wanted The Rock to come back. They wanted The Rock to tag team with Ronda Rousey to build upon that WrestleMania 31 appearance. That would have been great. That would have been, would have probably drawn the most money any match in WrestleMania history did, because that's just massive superstars in the match. I like the connection, the Olympian connection with Angle and Rousey, but I feel like for her first match, if you want to make it a mixed tag, put her in there with someone that's in their prime that could really work, that knows what they're doing. Not Kurt Angle, who we've seen wrestle twice in the past 12 months, and both times he's been a little shaky. But her promo itself on Raw was miles better than it was at the Elimination Chamber. Like, maybe she was a little rattled first time on the mic in front of a crowd, where she's reading lines and she's not just building a legitimate fight. But if we're seeing this level of improvement, I think that's a very good thing. I still would recommend putting a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman with her. But I also saw some leaked footage of her in the ring training. And I don't know if I said this last week, but she looked really good. She looked like she knew what she was doing. She's been training for a few months over with Brian Kendrick, who is a phenomenal trainer, especially when it comes to fundamental stuff. So I am looking forward to seeing Ronda Rousey in the wrestling ring.
Yeah, and I think this is a good fit. Like you said, obviously it'd be better if she was with someone who has been in the ring recently. But I think it's a good fit too that they're doing this kind of mixed tag angle, because it doesn't put her one-on-one versus somebody, so not all of the focus is on her, and then it doesn't take away from some of the other women's stuff that's going on, because like Alexa Bliss and all the ladies who have been working their asses off in the ring are not going to get overshadowed here, because a lot of this is going to end up looking at Triple H again too and Kurt Angle, and they're going to say, oh, these guys, they're old now. So it's kind of she's kind of like a sidecar to that situation, which I like. Rip, what do you think about it?
Well, look at this. We got this great girl UFC fighter, great athlete. On the biggest stage in the fucking world, you're having your first match. And it ain't like you're having it with the 20-year veteran girl that's had 5,000 matches.
Mm-hmm.
You're out there with a girl that hadn't had a match in herself.
Right.
So, in other words, you have to have a mixed tag, or it would have been the total TFS, total fucking shits. The intensity would be there. The angle would be there. You would hate Stephanie McMahon. You would love Ronda Rousey. But the execution wouldn't be there, because you just don't walk into this shit. Can you imagine your first day playing Major League Baseball, the 7th game of the World Series, bases loaded? You know what I mean? And,
no,
and you got a pinch hit, but you've never fucking even had batting practice before, right?
Yeah, so
this is
in that situation again. It's nice to have Kurt and Trips in there going at it to take away some of the attention at least, and to give you a little guidance. I mean, as bad as Angle is probably going to be able to perform now, his body's not what it once was. He's still got that mental aspect. He's still going to be able to, take away the attention and give the shine on himself in certain spots that might save Ronda.
Yeah, and you know what? Angle, before he re-signed to the WWE, before the Hall of Fame last year, he was on the independent circuit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting to see the difference in his matches, because I followed a lot of them. If Kurt Angle put on a 7 or 8 minute match, a sprint, it was fantastic. He went through all his moves. You saw the angle slam. You saw the angle lock. You saw all the moves you wanted to see. And he didn't get gassed. He wasn't clunky. I think he knows the best route for him is just a shorter match. He's an older guy. If he does just a sprint type match, it's the best. Maybe a mixed tag can, hide some of his things that are not up to par. Maybe you could tag Ronda in when you're feeling a little gassed, catch your breath. And maybe it could work for Ronda too, because you want to sell her as a killer. Well, she's in there with Stephanie McMahon, who is, an older woman who's not a wrestler. You don't want to have heat put on Ronda by Stephanie unless it's cheap or something like that, and then expect us to see Ronda fight for the women's title.
Yeah, agreed. I think if this thing goes longer than 10 minutes, I think we're in trouble. I think it should be get in there, bam, 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 knock it out. Maybe let Kurt and Trips do a nice spot or two, but really just have Ronda go in there and take Stephanie to town.
Yeah, there should definitely be a showcase setting up Ronda, as she's with us now. She's a big WWE star, and, she's playing for our team.
That's like, you're talking Kurt Angle here. You have a maturation process in any sport where the young, fast quarterback all of a sudden gets experience. Now he learns how to play the game. You have a fastball pitcher that hurts his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Now he becomes a pitcher.
Wow.
Now Kurt Angle is not a fast guy. Now you learn finally to work. As Chris Benoit wanted me to teach him how to wrestle like I do. I said, Chris, you don't need it. You got your own style. Because I was doing hillbilly carny, slow motion. I'd watch the other matches and give them what they haven't seen yet. So I'm not into now this. I'm a worker. I'm not into this. I don't give a shit about Kurt Angle's moveset. Fuck moveset. Fuck it.
Fuck it. All right, fuck it.
I wanted a contest. What's the opening?
Yeah.
Is the jump shot open? Is the dunk open? Is the baseline open? Is back door open?
Back
Is
door's
pick and
always
roll-
open.
Thank you, love. Is pick and roll open or whatever? You know what I mean? Guys learn to work. Now they're doing slow motion. Where everybody else, I'm not expecting I'm expecting guys in their 40s to work like guys in their fucking 40s and not try and be 25. They've got experience.
Now, Rip, let me ask you this.
Yes.
We've seen a decent amount of people from the mixed martial arts world transition to pro wrestling.
Right.
Ken Shamrock was there
Right.
a few years ago. We got Lesnar, who started his wrestling, went over, but was really a collegiate wrestler first.
Right.
Shayna Baszler is now there, Ronda
Yes.
Rousey, Matt Riddle. And all of them seem to have this thread where they pick up on wrestling maybe quicker than others do.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, they're used to being in a sport. They're used to taking coaching. Now we're putting this shoot hole on and you're teaching you how to work. Now you're doing, usually not very many amateurs could get pro wrestling because it was just the opposite of what you were taught. Or like, if you get hurt, don't show them.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden he didn't really hit you, but act like you're hurt. Oh, I can't do that. I was a tough guy. Well, you're getting goddamn paid to do this other shit. So let's do the other shit. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting point I never thought of before.
Well, how could you?
You're right, because I'm in the same boat.
Yes, but I've been at this a while. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I hear.
yeah, too fucking old. I know. But the thing about it is, it's going to be fucking great. And if you're catering to kids, they don't know anyway, right?
Are you gonna watch WrestleMania this year, Rip?
Are you ribbing me?
Come on, we should get Rip out to New Orleans. We'll watch WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
buy
that-
some great tickets.
Yeah,
Imagine Rip in the crowd just marking out to these matches.
Oh yeah,
We'll make sure he sees it
We'll get
one
him
way
a
or
foam
another because
finger.
we're gonna want to talk about that. And we're gonna need the full Rip Rogers input on the show.
I
So
want him in the full gimmicks, the foam fingers, the popcorn.
Oh shit! All right, sounds good.
we'll buy you a T-shirt, Rip.
Well, shit, I got my goddamn Pat McAfee Yike shirt on now.
That's a good plug.
Well, I had the, no free ads. But anyway.
That's a good plug. Speaking of, thank you
you
to
could have
Pat for trusting us enough to get through this segment without him. Rip, thank you as always.
Pat's probably still in the goddamn shitter. He ate something. I don't know what he fucking ate, but he said, take this sumbitch over. I said, okay, I'll take the motherfucker over, but then don't get mad at me because I got no fucking filter, and that's the way it is.
True, you were relatively well behaved today, though. I'd say.
I know. I had my pants are on, and so that's cool.
Robbie, thank you again for jumping
Fucking
on short
great to have
notice.
fucking Robbie. Hey, did you say hi to Pat Buck for me?
Yeah, I will say hi to
Oh,
Pat Buck
fucking
for you.
all right.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't know what I'm fucking saying. I just get
Well, I want to
talk-
say, Robbie, shout out. You guys are bringing from the top back. You and Jared are going to be back talking
Yeah,
pay per
somehow
views.
Jared somehow negotiated that back for like a few final episodes.
Beautiful. All right. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. We'll see you next week.